Tonight on our Nation Sports Show, we preview the upcoming 2021 NFL Draft. As next week on our Nation Sports Show, we have our watch-along for the opening round of this year's draft. Tonight, we make our predictions on who we think all teams in the National Football League will draft joining their club. Who will the Jacksonville Jaguars select as their opening pick in the first round? Who will the New York Jets select? Will it be another quarterback? Who will replace Sam Darnold in New York, as Darnold was traded away from the Jets to the Carolina Panthers a couple of weeks ago? Who will the New England Patriots select in the draft? As we all know, in the offseason, the Patriots signed free agent after free agent. Can they make that next bold move? Who will the Arizona Cardinals draft, joining J.J. Watt, Kyle Murray, A.J. Green, and DeAndre Hopkins? Also, who will the San Francisco 49ers select as the third pick in the first round, as the 49ers got the third pick from the Miami Dolphins in a trade? Also breaking news in the NFL, Alex Smith this week has announced his retirement, and anything in the NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, and UFC is on the table. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Let's go! The nation speaks to you. Next.
Turn here. Turn here. Turn here. Turn here.
From the gridiron to the court, talking all that is sports. Members of the Boston Open Nation bring to you our Nation Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Jon Blayne, Carl Ross, Kevin Statman McDonough, Ezra Victor, and Stephen Wyand.
Good evening, everyone. A little change of pace here. I'm your host tonight, Carl, and as always, we have everybody here with us. We're going to start off with going to the middle of our country. Ezra, how you doing, brother?
What's up, Carl? What's up, everybody? We got a big show today. Talk about NFL draft, a lot of other things. And as far as Kevin goes, when our pre-show meeting, I expect Kevin to have a big kaboom.
An earth-shattering kaboom.
Can we maybe temper on the big kaboom? We really don't want it to be like the last time you were promised a big kaboom.
Touche.
Touche, my friend. And now we're going to go all the way down to the south. Mr. Steven. Steven, how you doing, my brother?
Let's go. Let's do this, baby. Let's talk some sports, NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, UFC, whatever the hell we want to talk about. Let's go.
And we take it up north to my brother from the north. Kevin, how you doing, my brother?
I'm doing good. It's a Thursday. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's hopefully avoid giving me an aneurysm.
I don't think that's going to be possible.
Thanks for the confidence there.
You can.
The Bruins game just started, so give it a time.
Yeah, we're just getting
Red
started.
Sox on. I've got the Red. Ooh, I just lost my arm. I got the Red Sox. Oh boy, it's gonna be
here we go.
Tonight. I got the Red Sox game on tonight because I just know Bruins are on a 5-game win streak currently. Ever since trade deadline, they've just been aces. It's the Bruins. They just, I know it's just going to come crashing down, and I'd rather not watch that tonight.
Okay.
Especially when it's the Buffalo Sabres, who are one of the worst teams in the league. I can't. So I got the baseball game on. We'll see the Seattle Mariners and the Boston Red Sox tonight.
Okay.
That should be a good game.
Yes. And then I am going to throw it over to the east end of Long Island. Mr. Johnny. John, how you doing?
Doing great. Doing great. It's weird not being in the big boy chair tonight.
Well, you got to give it up sometime.
Yeah, I know. I think my butt implant has been in that permanently now.
As I see it in your face. I see it in your face.
I have nothing to say.
Yes, folks.
Because
this
you
is
went
a
like
sports
this.
show. Yes, folks. This is a sports show.
I'm like keeping myself like, please.
No. So, as we get started for tonight, first off, I would like to say happy Earth Day to everybody. Hopefully you did your part in preserving Earth Day today. But I want to turn it over to Mr. Kevin. And Mr. Kevin, you have a little rant that you want to bring to everybody's attention with Major League Baseball.
Oh, okay. So,
and give it a big kaboom.
So we're going 3 minutes before Kevin gets his aneurysm. Okay, good.
Did I just hear him say 3 minutes?
oh shit.
Hold on, Carl. Did you see
right.
what Tony just wrote on YouTube?
Oh.
Thank you, Tony.
Yep. Thank you, Tony.
I'm not repeating it, but all I got to say is thank you.
Oh, that was great. Love it. Love it. All right. So earlier this week, Monday to be precise, this is going to be read a little bit. I'll skim through. From Yahoo News, MLB TV streaming package getting record views. Major League Baseball said Monday that the first 18 days of the season have been the most watched of the 20-year history of the MLB TV streaming package. Fans have watched more than 1.3 billion minutes, billion with a B, okay, of live games on the platform, which is a 12% increase when compared to the first 18 days of last season and 43% growth compared to the same period 2 years ago. Out of market streaming is up 22% compared to last season and 35% from 2 years ago. So that leads me into, this is great news. That's awesome. You know, I love baseball. Sunday, I may or may not have had my TV, my monitor, and my phone on 3 different baseball games, and I was debating taking the laptop to add a 4th. I love baseball. I love watching baseball. I love watching my Red Sox. I love watching any team that beats the Yankees, which seems to be every team right now. So, with that said, in the year of our Lord 2021, can we end blackout restrictions on the MLB TV app? You know, because these numbers are great. These numbers are absolutely through the moon, through the roof. But to have out of market streaming up 22% compared to last season, that's because of blackout restrictions. Basically, blackout is because me living in the Boston area, I'm able to go and watch the Red Sox. Lost my arm again. Yeah, it's going to be one of those nights, apparently.
Have another shot.
No. So
we don't promote that on the show.
Yeah. Not only that, but no free ads. So anyway, I'm able to go watch the Red Sox on Nessun through the Nessun app because I have YouTube TV after cutting the cord, and you know, YouTube TV, Nessun, they don't like each other. They want more money. They want more money. Well, I'm poor. So I'm able to go watch the Red Sox, but because I'm able to watch the Red Sox at home, I can't watch the Red Sox in the MLB TV app. But I can watch out-of-market games, no problem. Over the weekend, I probably watched every single game of the Dodgers-Padres series that was played in San Diego last weekend, which was a phenomenal series to go watch. It reminded me so much of the Red Sox-Yankees back in 2004, just without a lot of the hatred, but you can kind of see it starting to build a little bit with Clayton Kershaw yapping at Profar San Diego. These blackout restrictions suck because I'm not able to watch the Red Sox on the MLB TV app because I'm able to watch it in my area. Same thing for Ezra. I don't know, like on the MLB TV app, if you have it, who would you not be able to watch? Like the closest teams to you are both Chicago teams, correct?
Correct.
So you wouldn't be able to go watch those on the MLB TV app.
No.
If for some reason your local cable provider decided to go and drop whichever one that the Cubs and the White Sox use for their sports channel, you wouldn't be able to go watch on the MLB TV app. You'd have to, what I had to go do on opening day for the Red Sox, where I had to go boot up my phone and listen to it on the radio app. Can we end that? Can we end blackout restrictions? Just think of the numbers if we ended that. Just think of how much bigger it would be, especially not me, because I get it for free, being a part of T-Mobile. Again, no free ads. But just think of how much bigger it would be if you didn't have the MLB TV blackout restrictions for your team. The NFL ended blackout restrictions. They don't have the blackout stuff anymore. The NHL still goes into blackouts on the NHL app, and it's bogus. Most people, if they're not getting it for free through a cell phone provider or some type of service that they use that offers it on a discount, they're paying $130 a year to be able to go and do this. That's a ridiculous amount of money to then not be able to go and watch your team when its whole purpose is to be able to watch all 30 teams. It's ridiculous. I hate it. 2021. We want to grow the game of baseball. Let's grow the game of baseball, folks. Let's go and make this a bigger game. Look at what the NFL has done and how much bigger this game is. Super Bowl weekend has turned into Super Bowl week. The NBA is such a hugely, immensely popular sport now because of all these superstars that are playing in it, like a LeBron James, like a Kevin Durant, Kyrie when he was in Cleveland being a superstar. Kyrie going to Boston, now Brooklyn, not so much. Point being, you have even the NHL is growing in popularity on the fact that they're going back to ESPN on a mega TV deal. And yet baseball can't seem to get out of its way. They go and take, if you MLB related Twitter accounts, they can go and share clips, but I can't. I get flagged for it. It gets taken down because no. You can't share that. You can't share that. 2021. Let's grow the game, but let's not be able to go and share clips. But let's continue to go and do what I believe, being an AL fan, an antiquated part of the game of having the pitcher come up to bat, ninth in the order, go and stand there. I don't know what to do here. Swing. Oh, it's a ground ball. Let me just jog to first base and then up. I'm out. Okay. Well, I guess that's just how it goes, I guess. When you got the AL having the DH and, mashing home runs, mashing moonshots all over the place. 2021. You have less and less younger people. Like, I'm weird. I'm 30. I love watching baseball. I'm going to watch baseball till the day I die, just because I love the sport so much. But there's not a lot of people my age that want to go and watch the game. It really isn't. They're much more in tune with going to YouTube and looking up the highlights, or going to ESPN and looking up the highlights, seeing a couple of things on Twitter. And yet MLB has just been so slow to the uptake of trying to go and grow the game. Instead, they're slowly killing the game even more than it already is being killed.
I mean, to be fair, to add to this conversation, I mean, when you look at the like you're saying, the MLB is a huge sports league. The NFL, like you said, has ended their blackout restrictions. The NBA has too, right?
No, I think NBA still has.
I don't think that.
I believe.
I
believe NFL is the only one who's ended them. Let me go and double check that.
Well, I'll go ahead and make my opinion about that as well. If the NBA hasn't already, just like the MLB and the NBA and the NHL need to do all of us sports fans a favor. Do not have these games blacked out, because what if you want to watch the game at home? What if you're trying to charge your phone? All that type of stuff. You should be able to watch any game you want when you're getting a package like that. That's why I stick to SiriusXM, because SiriusXM gives you every game, no matter where your location is.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter if you're in Hawaii, Sheboygan, or North Carolina, or South Kakalaki, or New York, or New Jersey, or Boston. Doesn't matter where you're from, where you live, where you're from. Doesn't matter, because every game is available on the SiriusXM app and
Just like
across
NASCAR.
just like NASCAR. Exactly.
I was in Aruba listening to NASCAR.
If this is television should give every sports fan the opportunity to watch any game they want when they desire. You want to watch a Red Sox game in Boston? Go right ahead. You want to watch a Mets or Yankees game in New York? Go right ahead. You want to watch the Devils play hockey in the NHL? Go ahead. You want to watch the Blues in the NHL? Go ahead. The Chiefs in football? Go ahead. The Bucks, etc. I could go on and on and on. It doesn't matter. You should give every sports fan the opportunity to stream or watch whatever game they want. That is garbage.
Now, in a way, I understand blackout restrictions for at least the NBA, the NHL, and MLB. I understand it a little bit because there are local markets versus the NFL where it's mainly, as much as you have regional coverage, it's nationally televised. You know, I love during the NFL season going to a couple of websites to go and find out who is going to be on what channel for me. You know, if like, oh, the Patriots are playing on Sunday Night Football, everybody in the country is going to watch that. Okay, so what's my 1 o'clock game on CBS? What's my 1 o'clock on Fox? What's my 4s? I love going to sites like that.
Right.
The other ones, I get the other 3 with the blackout restrictions, but at the same time, in the digital age, that just seems to be a very redundant and old thing to go and have.
Right. I mean, well, let's be honest, Kev. What if you're, with me, you and Carl as Celtics fans, what if we don't want to hear ESPN or TNT, with all due respect to them, we want to hear our local commentators commentate the game. We should be allowed to check out those feeds. It's nothing against those guys. It's just that maybe some people want to hear the local feed as far as what's going on in their local town.
Yeah, but just to kind of add on to it as well, Stephen, going to what you're saying, there are people I know who, if they're watching, like I know it happens with the Mets a lot of times, or like even with the Yankees, they'll mute the TV and listen to it on the radio.
Right.
See, I used to go and do that a lot with the Boston Bruins coverage because if they didn't give us Doc Emmerich on NBC, usually they gave us, the guys who, like Kenny Albert, who it's like, you're a football guy, stop doing hockey. So then I'd go and listen at the time on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Oh, God.
Oh, dear God. And the pass is caught.
3 of you guys are not Joe Buck fans.
I can't stand Joe Buck.
Oh, my God. How am I doing a show with you 3? Joe Buck is, to me, this might be a hot take and a half for most people in the country. I think Joe Buck is one of the better announcers out there. I really do.
And
again,
folks, that was your big
Adnan Burke on Monday Night Raw is a better announcer than Joe Buck is.
Oh, there's 4 of you.
Okay. But I will say this. I'll say this. Buck has had some really good calls when it does count. When he made the call against the Falcons and the Patriots and the infamous comeback, that was a terrific call. When he made the call against Indians and the Cubs in the World Series in Game 7, that was an excellent damn call. I'm like,
I still get goosebumps when I go and watch back like the highlights from one of my favorite World Series matchups, 2011, the St. Louis Cardinals and Texas Rangers. I still get just goosebumps. Like I'm even kind of getting a little bit now just thinking about it, hearing him be able to go and say what his father Jack said years ago: long fly in the center and we will see you tomorrow night. And you can hear the emotion in his face. I'm getting chills thinking about that. I really do think that he is one of the better announcers out there.
When he's on the mark, he's good.
When he's on the mark, he is good.
Yeah.
But 9 out of 10 times he sucks.
That's the problem because but see, that's the problem because
look,
guys
when you gotta go watch the Dallas Cowboys 16 times a season, I mean, you're gonna have moments where you're like, really, I gotta watch this team again. The pure definition of mediocrity.
Okay, Kevin.
Yeah, Tony, we're not apologizing.
Okay. Sorry, John, and to all the Giants fans out there. But one of his other best.
I saw that.
Hold on. I can't even get to my point. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on there, Johnny Cakes. It gets even better from that because your Giants had one of the best choke jobs in North American sports history in 2010 against the Philadelphia Eagles, blowing the game 31-10, and Deshaun Jackson as a punt return for a touchdown.
We don't recognize that game. We don't recognize that game.
Jackson,
shut your mouth.
The block.
Shut your mouth.
Kidding?
Shut your mouth. That was one of Buck's best calls, and you're undeniable. I'm critical of Buck at times, and even I agree that was one of Buck's better calls.
I love Joe Buck. I think he's great. I am critical of some of his calls too. I still remember the 04 World Series, how he, as much as I loved Back to Folk, the Red Sox fans have been waiting long to hear it. They're world champions. A lot of that series, because as a Cardinals fan, it was very it was just like down and dejected. And I get it.
So, Steven, what we were laughing at is our good friend Tony Turner says Flipper would be a better announcer than Joe Buck. However, his second comment goes, watch that smack talk about my Cowboys. I'm sorry, they can't even catch a damn get a touchdown in their own stadium.
You mean the same Cowboys that when fans see them lose, it's all fire this guy, get rid of that guy. Oh, this guy sucks. That guy sucks.
Hold on, we're talking
as soon as they win one game, it's all of a sudden Super Bowl bound, baby. Cowboys are back.
You know what, Kevin? I'll kind of write this, Kevin. Did you or Carl get so pissed off and fire Belichick when the Patriots were sucking in 2014? No, you stuck with the
2020, and yes.
Okay.
I still think fire Bill, get rid of him. Jesus.
Dad, look at your brother.
At least with the Cowboys, at least when my Giants won, I could at least relive the games on YouTube. With Tony, when he wants to relive his Cowboys, he has to go on Stone and
he's got to fire up the VCR. That's what he's going to do.
Yeah, he has to fire up the VCR.
If I want to go and relive the last Patriots, there was Mom again. If I want to relive the last Patriots Super Bowl win, all I got to do is go to YouTube. That's it. That's all I got to do. Where is my arm?
Better yet, Kevin, where's your third arm?
Hey, this is a PG show.
Really? I think I kind of got thrown out the door already.
No, I did kind of just go and say F off.
I'm just kidding.
There's a kaboom.
Butthole. Anyways, that's what happened. Show. We're not even 25, 30 minutes in. We're already off the rails. This is fun.
Get me talking about how the Cowboys are America's team. They're Super Bowl bound with the talent they have, and Jarrah knows what he's doing. Jarrah doesn't know shit about football. All he knows about is knowing how to get the cleanest white yachts ever to go and hide the stains he leaves.
Oh my God. Well, if we don't see Kevin on the show next week, we'll know why.
Okay.
Tony, I'm sorry, but come on.
Okay, can we start talking about the draft, please?
The only time you'll ever
some other news.
Just do it.
The only time you'll ever see a touchdown in Dallas is if a tornado hits it.
Oof. Ow.
Oh.
Ow.
A tornado won't even touch on it.
Let's move on.
Wow.
Getting into other news before we get into the big story of Alex Smith retiring, I just saw there is some sad news.
Oh no.
Coming out of the NFL. Ex-Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Florida State Seminole linebacker Geno Hayes, age 33, is in hospice care.
What?
Wow.
He was diagnosed 2 years ago with liver disease. He's on the transplant list, but they don't give him much time. He's been hospitalized over 20 times the past year.
Damn.
33 years old. And hospice, you have maximum 6 months.
That's not good.
Also, one other thing, just want to add. I just literally came on my Twitter feed. Do you guys know today's actually an anniversary?
What anniversary?
It was today, 17 years ago, Pat Tillman was killed in Afghanistan.
By friendly fire.
Yep. He turned down, I'm just reading right here from Bleacher Report. He left the Arizona Cardinals to enlist in the U.S. Army. He turned down a $3.6 million contract offer at 25 years old. He was killed in Afghanistan 17 years ago today.
That is a true American hero.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, and we send our prayers and thoughts to the family of Geno Hayes at this time, and hopefully, if you can, hopefully a miracle happens.
Yes.
Hopefully. Yes.
I mean, 'cause when you hear hospice and you hear this is not good.
Unfortunately, I've kind of gone through the hospice run already earlier this year.
Yep.
Actually, not even earlier this year.
Yeah.
A couple months ago.
Yeah.
And once that comes up, it usually
It's
does
not
not.
good.
It usually means that they run out of options and yeah.
So, as we were saying before, Alex Smith has decided to retire.
Yep.
So, who wants to go first?
I think I'll take the bid on this one because Alex Smith was a guy that was drafted in 2005 out of Utah by San Francisco, and people thought that first pick was going to be actually Aaron Rodgers to the San Francisco 49ers because Aaron Rodgers was a diehard Niners fan, and he grew up watching Montana and all those great guys and Jerry Rice and Steve Young and all those guys. And Alex Smith turned out to have one hell of a career. Even though he didn't win a Super Bowl, the guy, man, when Jim Harbaugh came to San Francisco in 2011, he really started to show promise as a quarterback, because I feel like Alex Smith was held down as a quarterback because every coach, every coordinator he had, they were basically saying, yeah, Alex, you're a game manager type guy. You're not going to be a guy that's going to be throwing balls down the field, and you're just going to be a game manager, a clock manager guy. Just do your job, know your role, shut your mouth, play football, all that stuff. And then I remember that playoff game against New Orleans, the infamous catch number 3. That was a classic. That catch was incredible. When he threw that ball to Vernon Davis catches that pass, scores the touchdown, and you see the emotion on Alex's face and Vernon's face, and the team is just fired up. They're like, yeah, that's our guy. You know, he had a great run, and then in 2012, the next season, he goes down with an injury, and then Harbaugh obviously puts Colin Kaepernick in there. He takes the Niners to the Super Bowl, and they ended up losing that game. And before I continue with this, I'll ask you guys this. If Alex Smith did not get injured and the way he was playing that season, do you think Alex Smith could have been a quarterback that could have carried his team to a Super Bowl with the right coaching staff behind him?
I think with him, it was not only the right coaching staff, you have to have the right weapons.
Right.
And he had the right weapons.
He did.
I don't know. That's a tough one.
It's a toughie. I mean,
it's a toughie, but he had the right weapons at that time.
He did. And then he goes to Kansas City with Andy Reid, and man, they had the chances to do stuff like that. Like they had that game against the Colts in 2015 in the playoffs, and they blew that game. And then,
Steven, not to cut you off for a second, but you know how the best way you can describe Alex Smith this time in Kansas City?
What's that?
It's similar to Buck Showalter when he was the manager of the Yankees.
Yep.
Very similar as far as, you remember when Buck was the manager, it was before 96.
Okay, yeah.
And Buck was the manager when all of a sudden you saw guys like Jeter and Rivera coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason I compared it to Alex Smith when he was with Kansas City, Alex Smith was there. Didn't they win the Super Bowl the next year with Mahomes?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
Alex Smith, I think, was there for a few seasons before.
Yeah.
And then because Andy Reid was like, look, I've got this quarterback here that I want. I know that Alex Smith won't get
He
any
drafted
younger.
him in 17.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, Smith was still the starter in 17, right?
Yes, he was.
He was still the
Okay.
starter. Patrick Mahomes started the last game of the season. And then
The next year
Smith
he
started
took
the
over.
playoffs, and then the next year I believe they traded Smith to Washington, if I'm
They
not
did.
mistaken.
I believe they did. But when he went to Washington and had that game when he got injured, oh man, like you could just hear the hush over the stadium, and it was deja vu all over again, you know.
Yeah.
And
I was about to say it's the same leg as Joe Theismann, it's the same week as Joe Theismann, the same score, the same quarter, around the same time. I mean, it was a freaky, eerie thing.
Yep.
And the fact that he almost lost his life with that injury.
Correct.
And he comes back, and people thought, oh, he won't play football again. And then he comes back and wins comeback player of the year.
Oh, he was a shoo-in if he played.
Oh yeah,
It's kind of like in baseball this year with Trey Mancini.
Mhm.
No one else for comeback player of the year. Just give Trey Mancini the comeback player of the year for baseball this year.
Yep.
and but I'm just looking right now. He was traded back in. It was the first blockbuster trade of 2018. He got traded to the Washington football team for cornerback Kendall Fuller at a 3rd round pick.
Correct.
Okay.
So he was traded, but okay.
Guy had a great career.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna throw it to you guys. This question now:
Mhm.
Alex Smith, Hall of Famer?
No.
No, unfortunately, no.
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 All
I mean-
really, really good. Yeah.
Yes.
Hall of Fame?
He was
No.
really.
If
The
the
rank-
Washington football team has their own Ring of Honor,
Oh yeah.
their own Hall of Fame, put him in there. But he's not Canton, Ohio Hall of Fame material.
I would actually make the argument that Kansas City could maybe put him in their Hall of Fame because he was there because he saw Patrick Mahomes.
You're right.
You know,
And you know what, Steve? That's a good point because he was. So he could actually go into both.
if you want to put him in San Francisco because of the catch with Davis, that's fine. Because
I would say
Yeah.
Washington
And KC.
and KC.
To me,
He
I wonder-
started his career in Kansas City, ended his career in Washington.
started his career in San Fran.
Was it San Fran?
Yeah,
Yes.
the first
He
2
was
years were in
drafted
San
by
Francisco.
He played.
I only
was
remember
in-
him with
But
KC.
hold on. But you know what's
He
funny
was
though?
in San Francisco from 2005 to what?
2012.
Like 2012. Yeah, 2012.
Okay, but here's the thing though. What Carl just said was an interesting thing though. He remembers him for Kansas City and Washington.
Yeah.
Well, because from 2005 until
2010.
2011 and 2010, 2010, he had coaches that were just absolute crap
Terrible.
for him, and
Yeah.
it kept being like new hire. The story was that he never had a set like offensive coordinator, and then Jim Harbaugh comes in. And it ignites like something in Alex Smith. Like Harbaugh is able to go and like hit the right buttons and all that, and it
hold
just
on.
started working.
Wasn't Alex Smith the quarterback in San Fran right before Kaepernick?
Yes.
Yes, he was. He actually got injured in 2012, and I forget what week it was, but he got injured, and then Kaepernick gets put in the game,
Mhm.
and then obviously Kaepernick took them to the Super Bowl. But I
Yep.
think if Alex Smith would have been the starting quarterback of that team throughout the entire season, I think San Francisco still would have won the Super Bowl. Other
Which
than
actually,
Kaepernick.
if you think about it, it actually may give some hope to Washington. Because think about it. No. This is gonna be
They
crazy.
can draft a quarterback now.
Think about no, not even that. San Fran he was with San Fran. They went with Kaepernick. They had the run to the Super Bowl in 2012. He goes to Kansas City. They take Mahomes. They win the Super Bowl. You see a trend here?
Mm.
Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna go and look up who the quarterback is.
Well, actually, while you do that, I have a comment from YouTube once again. It's your
ahead.
brother, Craig, who commented about a very similar situation, Alex Smith coming back from an injury. And that is that Teddy Bruschi had a stroke and missed most of the 2005 season, but he came back and won Comeback Player of the Year.
He's right.
I remember
He's
that.
right.
Yep. Have you found information you need? Because I was gonna say if you don't, I have a couple of quick little record stats for Alex Smith to kind of talk about for a second.
Go ahead.
Well, he has some NFL records. He has a perfect game with 158.3 passer rating back in 2013. He has the most passes to start a season without throwing an interception, which was 287 back in 2017. He also set several 49ers and Chiefs franchise records. One of the most ones I've seen. One of the most crazy ones I've seen is it's probably the most game-winning drives in a single season, which is 6 in 2011. That was with the 49ers. He's also got fewest interceptions in a single game in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
That's with the 49ers as well, and also with the Chiefs. Real quick, most rushing yards by a quarterback in a season with 498 yards, and career rushing yards by a quarterback 1,672.
Wow.
That's the thing is about Alex. Alex was not just a standard standing quarterback. He was very mobile when it came to the pressure. When the pocket started to collapse, he knew how to get out there. It was able to run that ball and keep those yards going.
And as a Russian quarterback, he was also one of the guys that actually knew how to protect himself.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's sad to say it, but him and Brady basically were on the same path to a point, because Brady knew how to read what's going on that field. He knew how to protect himself. He had an offense that decided to block for him. But again, Brady, when he was younger, he ran the ball.
Yeah.
It wasn't always a pass. It was a run. And he would run a lot of it himself. He still does some of it to now, but it's when he was younger.
And looking at that game in the Super Bowl against the Ravens, and I keep playing this game in my head, because if you think about the guys in the league,
yourself out, dude.
when you think about the guys in the league, Alex Smith, if he would have started that game, I'm not saying that he would have been as nervous, but he already played several seasons in the NFL, and he already had a couple playoff games started in his career.
Mm-hmm.
And he was one step closer from the Super Bowl in 2011 against the Giants when they lost that game in overtime. And I think that Alex Smith would have thrown the ball when he was told to throw the ball from Jim Harbaugh. But Kaepernick was one of those guys that, even though he was a dangerous player at the time in 2012 in his first starting season for the short amount of time that he was in from the last remainder part of the regular season into the playoffs, into the Super Bowl, I think Alex Smith would have had a better game, because Alex Smith wouldn't have made the mistakes that Kaepernick would have made in that game. He threw a pick, he fumbled, he was late on a couple of throws, his timing wasn't great at times, he was nervous. But Alex Smith to me would have been cool, calm, collected.
Yeah.
John, to go to what you were saying about, when Alex Smith left San Francisco went to the Super Bowl, Kansas City went to the Super Bowl. So Alex Smith leaving the Washington football team, their quarterbacks are Kyle Allen, Taylor Heineke, who impressed me quite a bit in the playoff game against Tampa this season.
Heineke might be something. Maybe.
Yeah, he might be something.
Who's the other one?
Steven Montez, who no one's ever heard of. And I get to go bring a hashtag back. This is awesome. Ryan Fitzpatrick. Ryan Fitzpatrick, which means I get to go and bring it back. I'm going to tweak it. Show us your fits for Super Bowl 50, whatever number it is this year.
56.
56. Okay. Hashtag show us your fits for Super Bowl 56. Let's go. Book it. Watch the football team Super Bowl champs this year.
Kevin, I think that Irish coffee you drank before the show is starting to get to you.
Oh, Jesus.
Look, I've always loved Ryan Fitzpatrick. I actually was bummed out that the Patriots didn't go and sign him. I was stumping so hard for that.
Well, you know what?
That
was the perfect opportunity to send Mr. Newton to the Giants.
Yeah, well, exactly. It was.
We haven't had that running joke in a while, so it was bound to happen.
I know. It had to come up at some point, John.
And I love how John's head goes down like a little puppy.
Where's my treat? Where's my bone? Where's my bone?
We also have one other person that retired from Major League Sports. And that was Jay Bruce, retired from the Cincinnati Reds, Yankees. More importantly, he retired as a Yankee. John, go ahead.
Well, the joke somebody said on social media was, did he retire so he doesn't have to watch Yankees play anymore?
They're not playing.
I mean, the Yankees are so bad right now that I would not be surprised if anybody else retires off that team because, like, yeah, I don't want to be associated with this.
Thank God Joe's not listening right now.
You never know. He might be listening.
I think they're going to change the name to the stadium too in the process.
Well, what was it? I saw a picture of it is the same guy. I swear to God, it's the same guy. He's in a Yankees jersey on day one of opening day. And
yes,
then,
I saw that one.
Okay, John, you've seen it. And then the Yankees are in the gutter at the moment. The Mets are currently on top of the NL East, and he's in a Mets jersey.
Yep.
I went, well, that just sums up the typical 2021 Yankees fan. They're basically, oh, the Yankees suck now? I was never a Yankees fan. Go Mets.
Yep.
Enjoying a Yankees game is like watching the Grateful Dead without
but
drugs.
I like the one John posted. And it's kind of good. It's where it says 2021 Knicks first place, 2021 Yankees last place.
Well, they said at that point when the Knicks were on a 5-game winning streak, they said it was the first time that the Yankees had been on a 5-game losing streak.
Yep.
The same time the Knicks were on a 5-game winning streak.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, we will get to the Knicks at some point in the show tonight because they're back.
Not so fast, Johnny Cakes.
Temporarily.
We'll
get into that. We'll get into that. But
yeah, we'll get into. Hang on. Yeah.
For right now, before we go any further, guys, let us go to the Hijacker Mike's video for us.
Give me a second. I have to.
But you know, I mean, just.
I swear to God.
Like
if I can reach through this thing and I will smack you.
You didn't give me the coup.
Anyway.
What, John?
Never mind.
Coup.
Let me say this. It is once again time for our favorite segment of the show, outside of Roasting Johnny Blayne, which is something we do every show.
What were you gonna say?
What were you gonna say, John?
No,
he's ready, and you said, "Oh, one last thing."
That was trying to do the intro, but I digress. But no, seriously though, I was gonna say, you know, the Yankees. I think the Yankees, while they're already in postseason form, hate to say that, but I think
wow,
you just hate to see that.
Yeah, you just hate to see that.
I mean, the effort on the catching the ball in the outfield is just it's the greatest effort I've ever seen.
Like I said, enjoying a Yankees game is like enjoying a Grateful Dead concert without drugs. These guys suck.
Ouch.
Anyways,
John just saw what I saw. Sorry.
What?
Anyways, as far as before we get back to the sports talk, as far as Hijacker Man, he has been doing a phenomenal job with these videos.
Absolutely.
And oh boy, this past Saturday was a very interesting night in boxing, and I'm pretty sure the Hijacker is going to talk about it.
Well, Carl and I are confused about something else right now.
What?
So we just got a message in the chat from YouTube. It says YouTube community guidelines. Be sure to start with a capital letter or you will be banned from YouTube. What the heck just happened?
Huh? Capital.
We just got a second one.
Yes.
What?
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm confused.
4.
Okay.
Somebody's messing with us.
This is weird.
Okay.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, huh?
All right, let's do this. Let's go to Hijacker's video.
Yes, please.
So
Yeah,
because
hold on, because if you check Discord, Joe just turned out and said, "What the hell did we do?"
Uh-oh. Anyways, Johnny Cakes, roll that beautiful footage there, baby.
All right, here we go, guys. It is once again our favorite segment.
Yeah, somebody, hold on.
What happened?
Hold on a second.
All right, plain and simple.
Yeah, there's somebody.
Somebody's messing with us.
Wait, crap. How the hell do you... Okay, let's
All
go
those
ahead.
messages. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, all those messages are gone.
I just reported him. That's why.
Oh,
Okay.
good.
Okay, guys, sorry about that interruption. This is what happens
Sorry.
when you do a
Yeah,
live
exactly.
YouTube
Sorry,
show.
guys.
This is what happens when you deal with a bunch of idiots.
On that note, let me get everything set up.
On that note, we're going to go to this video because this past Saturday night was a very interesting night in boxing. And folks, it was not a great night for the sport of professional boxing.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. So, everybody, let's go to our favorite segment of the week, Nation Night Fights.
Yep.
Yeah, I see you staring at that #1 contender. It's Nation Night Fights, and I want that title. That's right. Let's hit that bell, player. Let's get this rumble rolling. Let's go. Is you nervous, Cuddy? Yeah, I see you sweating. I see you. Ain't no time to turn back now. It's that bell, player. It's time to go now, Trek. What you saying? Ain't no time for backing out now. I'm coming at you orthodox stance style. Finna switch it up when I'm ready with your player. Hit you with that official southpaw prowl. Come toss me that combo now. Before I throw this left and make you wobble, child. Do it. Oh, you gonna be hard-headed now? Screw it, I'm coming at you Iron Mike style. Dropping you to the canvas right now. That's right, player. Nation, welcome to Nation Night Fights, your boxing report weekly with your boy Hijacker Mike. What's happening, Nation? Welcome to this edition of Nation Night Fights, a boxing weekly report for the week of 4/22/21, recapping this past week's fights and upcoming fights with news along in the boxing world. I am your West Coast boy, Hijacker Mike. So let's get it started. This past Saturday, 4/17/21, from Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Florida, Demetrius Andrade, 30-0-0, 18 KOs, beat Liam Williams, 23-3-1, 18 KOs by unanimous decision in their 12-round middleweight bout for the WBO championship. The three judges had it 116-111, and two other judges had it 118-109, for Andrade scored a knockdown on Williams in the second round of this lopsided bout. On the undercard, Carlos Gongora defeated Christopher Pearson via 8-round knockout in a super middleweight division bout. Gongora retained his IBO super middleweight title. It was with a left hand that caused Pearson to drop to a knee with 57 seconds remaining. He beat the count up, but his badly swollen right eye caused Pearson to drop to his knee again, and a 10-second count ruled him out of this contest. Gongora had control of the bout from start pretty much. It looks like Gongora wants Canelo next. Andrei Fedosov defeated Muhammadrazul Majanov by first-round KO in this heavyweight division. Artur Bialsanov defeated Israel Mercado via majority decision, 78-74, 77-75, and 76-76 in a junior welterweight bout. Alexis Espino defeated Ty McLeod by unanimous decision with the three judges' scorecards of 65-54, and two judges had it 59-55 in a super middleweight division bout. Also from this past Saturday, Triller Fight Club at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, billionaire entrepreneur Joe Fournier, 9-0, 9 KOs, had no trouble in an easy win over reggaeton artist Raycon with a second-round TKO. It was a left hook from Fournier that called it good night for Raycon. Raycon was dropped in the first round as well. Also, Steve Cunningham 39 with 13 KOs, won a 6-round unanimous decision over former UFC champion Frank Mir, 0-1, in his boxing debut. Cunningham from Philadelphia won by score of 2 judges, having it 60-54 and 58-56. Regis Prograis, 26, won 21 KOs, won a technical unanimous decision over Ivan Redkach, 23, 6, 1, 18 KOs in a junior welterweight bout. Prograis dominated the action, and in round 6, it looked like Prograis landed a perfect body punch that sent Redkach to the canvas. Redkach rolled around in the ring in pain, claiming to be hit low. Replay showed it was a good body punch, and they went to the scorecards as Redkach could not continue. What should have been a knockout was scored by 2 judges with a 60-54 and a 59-55 card. On that Triller main event, Jake Paul 3-0. On the main event, Jake Paul, 3 wins, no losses, 3 KOs, destroyed Ben Askren 0-1 in the opening round of their cruiserweight bout. Jake Paul, 3-0 with 3 KOs, destroyed Ben Askren 0-1 in his first bout in the opening round of their cruiserweight bout. Paul landed a right to the jaw of Askren that sent him dropping to the canvas. Askren had beat the count and got up to his feet, but was ruled out and unable to continue at the 159 mark of the bout. This past Saturday at the 2300 Arena in Philadelphia, Dylan Price, 13-0, won 9 KOs, beat Elias Joaquino 12-6, 2 with 6 KOs in 2 rounds of their scheduled 8-round bantamweight bout. Price dropped Joaquino with a hard left uppercut in the second round, and later in the round, it would be a left hook that did Joaquino in. Price connected and then dumped his opponent to the canvas, with the fight being stopped at 1 minute and 54-second mark. Donald Smith, 11-1 with 7 KOs, stopped Braulio Avila, 3 wins, 8 losses in 4 rounds by pounding at the body of Avila during their scheduled junior lightweight bout. Naheem Parker, 2-0, took out Matt Apollinaris, 1-1 in the 3rd round of their 4-round lightweight bout. Parker was rocked in the first from a left hook from Apollinaris, but regained himself and came back in the 3rd round with several shots before the fight was stopped. Isaiah Johnson, 1-0, stopped David Loureiro 0-1 in the first round of their 4-round super lightweight bout. Johnson hit several shots to the face of Loureiro before this bout was stopped. In boxing news, WBC, WBA, and IBF super middleweight champion Jermell Charlo, 34 wins, 1 loss, 18 KOs, looks set to take on WBO champion Brian Castano. 17 wins, no losses, 1 draw, 12 KOs in a super middleweight bout on July 17th on ShowBox Showtime Boxing. Also, Anthony Joshua may have to face Tyson Fury without head trainer Rob McCracken, since this showdown will take place around the same time the Olympics do. So we will have to wait and see what happens with this situation as it unfolds later on. Man, there's my time. You can reach me, Hijacker Mike, out on Twitter at Mr. Mac, MISTAMACC, or you can also reach out at me on the show, Nation Night Fights, on Twitter at Nation Night Fights. That's NATION9TFIGHTS. You can also follow me here on YouTube at Hijacker Mike, which you will have to search for until I reach my 100 subscribers and followers. So please give me a follow, give me a subscribe. If you have any information in the boxing world or would like to join me on a show, please email me at nationnightfights@gmail.com. Thanks for joining me on this edition of Nation Night Fights, and I'll see y'all next week. Now back to our boys on Our Nation Sports Show. Peace.
Oh. Boxing's a lot of fun. It's a lot more fun than baseball sometimes, especially when you have some boring games. Thank you once again to Hijacker Mike for the Nation Night Fights video. It is much appreciated to go and get a boxing perspective on sports, since the 5 of us generally, I know that I regrettably only really tune into boxing for the big names and big fights, but that's My thing. So on to the scores. We'll start with baseball. In two games that went final earlier today, in a wild game in Cincinnati, the Arizona Diamondbacks beat the Cincinnati Reds 14-11 in 10 innings. Carson Kelly and David Peralta homer for Arizona in the win. Taylor Widener pitched 5 1/3 innings, allowing 5 hits and 4 runs. Joey Votto, get this for Cincinnati. Joey Votto, Nick Castellanos, Eugenio Suarez, Jesse Winker, and Jonathan India all homered for the Reds. Quite a wild game out there in Cincinnati. Pittsburgh Pirates defeated the Detroit Tigers 4-2 in Detroit. Mitch Keller for Pittsburgh pitched 5 innings, allowing 5 hits and 2 runs. Jacoby Jones, homer for Detroit, and newest rookie sensation Akil Baddoo went 2 for 4 in the game. In other scores currently going on, once it refreshes, it is about to start the bottom of the third. The Boston Red Sox are currently up by a score of 1-0 off of Rafael Devers' home run into center field just beyond the bullpen. So far, Seattle, nothing going, and they've allowed 2 hits to the Red Sox. In other games, New York Yankees to Cleveland Indians in the mid-fifth are tied up at 3. Mets and Cubs, bottom of the first with 1 out. It's a 0-0 score. The Angels and Astros will be starting up soon. They're currently in warm-ups. And the other two games going on tonight, 9:45 East, the Miami Marlins are playing the San Francisco Giants out in San Francisco. And what's going to start yet another epic series, or we would hope another epic series, the San Diego Padres go into Dodger Stadium to play the LA Dodgers at 10:10 East tonight. Hopefully we get more of the same from last weekend. To the world of the NBA. We have the Boston Celtics in the second quarter, late, up 42-33 over the Phoenix Suns. Second quarter as well, the New Orleans Pelicans beating the Orlando Magic 53-40. Early in the second quarter, the Milwaukee Bucks are beating the Philadelphia 76ers 47-32. At 8:30 tonight, the San Antonio Spurs host the Detroit Pistons. 9 o'clock, the Chicago Bulls host the Charlotte Hornets. 9:30, the Dallas Mavericks will host the LA Lakers. That game on TNT. Over to the NHL we go. At the end of one, Toronto is leading against Winnipeg 3-2. The New York Rangers, after one, leading 1-0 over the Philadelphia Flyers. After one, the Boston Bruins leading 1-0 over the Buffalo Sabres. Washington Capitals and New York Islanders are currently knotted up at 0 at the end of one. Also at the end of one, a lot of these are at the end of one. Columbus Blue Jackets up 1-0 over the Tampa Bay Lightning. Florida Panthers 1-0 over the Carolina Hurricanes at the end of one. Pittsburgh Penguins over the New Jersey Devils 2-1 at the end of one. The Detroit Red Wings currently leading the Dallas Stars 1-0, a little over halfway through the first period. Still to come later tonight, 2 more games. The St. Louis Blues host the Colorado Avalanche, and the Vancouver Canucks host the Ottawa Senators. And that is your sports update for this evening. And for any Capitals fans that are listening in right now, I am sorry I called them the Washington Islanders. Not sure what happened.
You had
there.
one job.
Not sure what happened there.
You had one job there. You wish.com version of Dropkick Murphys.
And I told you that should be the title of the show tonight.
So before we get into the NFL talk for the night that we all have been waiting for, there's some big news coming out of soccer. It seems the top 12 elite teams decided they wanted to start their own league and call themselves the Super League. Well, that is now dead because they decided that, well, nobody else wants to join. It's not fair to the rest of them. Kev, do you have anything else on that?
So the way this is going to set up, usually in European soccer leagues, there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of influx of new teams and teams that get relegated or sent down to another league. Kind of like what, the NFL should go and do with like the New York Jets, Dallas Cowboys, or the Las Vegas Raiders. Take the bad teams out and put better teams in, like, hate to say it, Alabama Crimson Tide, get them in the NFL. So
you're just trying to piss off everybody tonight.
Red ass Kevin's in town. Let's go. So
We're in trouble.
now, with this European Super League, know what?
Steven knows what I'm talking about.
Let's get back on track here.
With this European Super League, pretty much it was going to be the 12 best teams. So you're talking Barca, Real Madrid, Liverpool, Man United, Man City, a lot of the best teams with the best of the best players.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. It was only going to be those teams. And they were all going to play against each other. And then, they'll go and play against the other teams. But it ultimately would have been the undoing of a lot of these smaller leagues and a lot of these other local leagues because they would have been able to go and pocket more money on top of what they get from playing these other teams. That doesn't get distributed around. You got teams that would potentially have to fold. It just was a bad situation. And of course, European football fans, soccer in the U.S., flipped out severely over it. You even up here in Boston, you had a BBC News reporter chasing John Henry after a Red Sox game, asking, do you have anything to say about Liverpool, since Fenway Sports Group, John Henry's little conglomerate he has, they own Liverpool Reds over in the British Premier League. Now I think there's like two teams that still want to go and do this league. Every other team, after seeing the fan backlash and just backlash in general, has gone and come out and apologized. We won't do this. We are going to back out of this league. And, well, it's pretty much dead in the water, except I heard earlier tonight that Barca is saying, we can still do it. Barcelona will still do this team. Oh, if you're the only one doing it, good luck. So that's the skinny on that.
We actually have a comment on YouTube, Kevin, from your friend Mike.
Yep.
Who said it sounds like a Justice League knockoff. He's not wrong when you think about it.
He's not wrong.
Not wrong.
No, I also like his previous comment about the YouTube troll dude that we had, Banhammer Incorporated.
Yeah.
Ever incorporated.
Yep.
Don't worry about it. That'll be
Troll. Well, I love troll.
But I know before we get into the NFL stuff and MLB stuff, I know there was a certain audio producer on here who had some comments he'd like to say about a proposed boxing match.
Really? You really want to get my juices going now?
Oh, yeah.
Well, Kevin got his juices going already. So
if that's the case.
And I'm remembering something else that I want to talk about, but it has nothing to do with sports. It could wait until the final thought.
All right.
Oh, boy.
Glasses came off.
All right.
It already
in
came
trouble.
off. He just started.
Okay.
If it's coming on now, it's good.
This is gonna be a good one.
Okay. Shut up.
That's what she said.
Why don't we all just cut our cameras and just let Steven have his?
No. Have fun. Anyways, so this proposed fight with J. Paul and Floyd Money Mayweather. Are you kidding me? Are you seriously kidding me? I hope to God, if this fight happens, that Paul gets the ever-living bejesus whipped out of his ass by Floyd Mayweather, because you, my friend, do not have the balls the size of Godzilla to get in the ring with a guy that's 50-0, a guy that has knocked out some of the best fighters in professional boxing. You will get swamped by Mayweather. You think you have the money to go up against this guy as far as with your mouth? Well, my friend, Like the Undertaker said to The Rock, your mouth keeps cashing checks that your ass can't cash. And my friend, if this fight happens in June of this year, you will be just another victim added to the list of Floyd Money Mayweather, one of the greatest professional fighters in boxing of all time. So you will be cooked on the grill and you will be served an ass beating of a lifetime, you cocky ass, because you think that you knocked out a basketball player because Nate Robinson's 15 minutes claim to fame said, oh, I can box this guy. I can knock this dude out. No, he didn't. He was knocked out, passed out, asleep, thanks to you. And then Saturday night was one of the worst travesties in professional boxing history with that shit show of a card. You mean to tell me that you're not going to have the national anthem at the beginning of the fucking show? And you're going to have the national anthem towards the end of the main event? And not only that, even better, folks, the microphone's not even working. Maybe if you had people who knew what their hell they were doing and had their shit together, maybe, just maybe, if you would test your equipment, because that's what us musicians do, baby. Before we go live, we test to be sure that our stuff is working. Because if we're on, we're good. You have to be sure that things are working right. And then, I'm sorry, he's a great fighter. He's one of the greatest fighters of all time. But Oscar De La Hoya, Jesus Christ, bro, you were so drunk. You couldn't get a dude's name right. You kept repeating yourself. And you constantly remind me why I don't drink like that. Because I want to be in full control of my limits and my emotions and all this type of stuff. And then some of these fights were bad. And then how about that poor guy that got hit in the freaking balls? And then they said, oh, we're going to stretcher him on a stretcher, send him to the hospital, better yet, as a WWE would say, a local fucking medical facility. So you have the audacity to put on a fight that we knew going in, this is not going to be good. And we all watched, a lot of us watched it just out of curiosity. But I'm going to be honest with you. I heard about it. I'm glad I didn't watch that shit show. I'm glad I didn't pay my money for that, because I would be screaming to the rooftop of wanting a refund and wanting my money back, because that will go down as possibly the worst boxing event ever. And that is right up there in professional wrestling wars with the Heroes of Wrestling event that happened on October the 10th, my birthday, in 1999. That was a bad show. 21 years later, this is a bad show. And please, for the love of God, do not do that again. And for the love of God, for you, Mr. Paul, I would run away. Because if you have to meet Floyd Mayweather in a dark alley, he's going to get you. So keep on running the mouth and trying to cash them checks that your ass will not cash. Because if you try to fight one of the best, you're going to get the best and you're going to get beat. And that's all I got to say about that.
Glasses are back on. He's done.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good. Now let's get to the NFL.
Hold on. We still have a few other things real quick. I want to get done.
I want to go and make one comment about, because I heard this the other day, and the first thing I thought of was, so is this Logan or Jake? I forget which one of those idiots. Logan. Okay. So idiot number one. Well, dead man number one, actually, since Floyd's going to kill Logan. He's going to kill him. And you know what? Logan is going to do what every other fighter has gone and done against Floyd. They're going to try to go and land that knockout shot.
Punch.
And Floyd, being that small little wiry prick that he is, he's just going to
dance all over his ass.
Dance all around, conserve his energy. And then with Logan at like round 5 or 6 is like, oh shit. Oh, then Floyd's going to go bang, bang.
Yep.
And it'll be over.
Logan's face is going to look like John's on a normal
so
day.
it is Logan. Damn it. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say one other thing. That's going to be the fight that when the fight is done, the ref is going to come out with a gigantic spatula.
I don't think it's going to pass first round.
Mr. Paul,
First round. I don't think it's gonna go halfway through the first round.
Mr.
No,
Paul?
I can see this going long just because of Floyd's like seeing Floyd fights.
Yeah.
I could definitely see it going longer than the first. If it was Tyson versus Logan Paul, my money is on the over under being 10.5 seconds into the first round.
Logan Paul does
and I'll
not
take the
stand a
under.
chance.
Yeah.
Listen, when it comes to that fight, you gotta understand. We've all seen Floyd Mayweather fight over the past 10 some odd years.
Yes.
We know that man's style. We know that man's style is to dance around the ring, keep his footwork, and make the fighter punch himself out. And then when the fighter is tired and can't throw those big bombs anymore, he goes in there and lands his shots to make sure that he either ends the fight or gets the judge's decision. But I don't think the fight's even going to go to the judges. I think Floyd's going to knock his punk ass out, and I hope he does.
Sorry, and I stand correctly. I thought it was idiot number 2. Either way, they're both idiots. So it's if idiot number 2 wanted to fight Mayweather, he would have get knocked out too. But Logan Paul, my friend, you don't stand a chance.
Which
Carl,
was the one that was on WrestleMania?
That was Logan, the one who got stunned by Kevin Owens.
Yes.
Okay, so he's going to eat a stunner and then eat a fist all in the same year. Love it. All right, moving on.
Hey, Carl, can I get one little UFC nugget?
No, this is what I wanted to do. Go ahead. Because then
Okay.
I wanted John and I got something with the Olympics. So go
Okay,
ahead.
no problem. As many of you know, last week it was announced that Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier will take place at UFC 264 in Vegas. Well, it is officially sold out. 20,800 tickets sold out in less than 15 seconds.
What?
It is
Wow.
a UFC record. Not only are fans ready to get back into the arenas to see fights, but when it comes to it proves once again, Conor McGregor, no matter you love him or hate him, is the biggest. He is the biggest draw in the UFC, possibly the biggest draw in combat sports. So I just wanted to get that out there about the fact that UFC sold that out in seconds. And once again, Conor McGregor is the man who helped Stratton.
Also, break that other news that you said at the in our little preview before show.
Oh, the
That's
other big,
not official yet, but break it.
Oh yeah, the other big UFC news. What was that one, Carl? My brain is like fried. What's up? What was that? Give me a little hint, if you
It
will.
was the kaboom earlier.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Kevin fried over his brain.
While you guys are doing that, we're actually going to have somebody hop on for a few minutes
Do it.
to talk about the said boxing match that we were just talking about.
Oh boy.
Give me a second here. I'll be back.
You were talking about it where it's not official, but it's for I think June, the match in June.
Correct.
Oh, I think I'm trying to remember if that was. Yeah, there was a June. No, that was the fight in June 5th. We're talking about Mayweather versus Logan Paul. That's the one that's not official. But yeah, it's not finalized yet, but it's in the works right now. Of course, managers, contracts, other bullshit, but it will be available. But more details will come out over the next couple of weeks.
Well, all I'm going to say is this.
Ready?
We're talking boxing. Why not we bring in our boxing expert, the man, the myth, the legend.
I'm bringing
himself.
him in.
Yep. He's coming in right now.
The host of Nation Night Fights. Hi, John.
Our brother.
What's up, y'all?
I'm
live out here. I'm live out here. As you can see real quick, I am, let me get this thing rolling here. I am at my kid's practice. He is out here practicing for the baseball season upcoming. So I am live from his practice and not an A's game of the hottest baseball team in America right now, the 11-game winning streak.
Hey, you're only
it's all
one.
good.
You and I, your team, and Kevin and my team, we're tied. That's all that matters right now.
It's all good, brother.
Especially since the Yankees are in dead last in the American League East.
Hijacker, we'll help you out this weekend and have us some comfortability at first place.
Oh, it's all great.
We'll go and take two at least.
Hijacker, I was so heated with my rant. I got idiot number 1 and number 2 mixed up because the fight is so ridiculous. I thought it was Jake. When it turned out obviously it's Logan. I was so heated. I'm like, why the hell was one of those two assholes want to fight Floyd Mayweather? I mean,
Hijacker, let's put it this way. Before he even started, the glasses came off.
Yeah.
So know it was good as soon as the glasses come off before he even starts talking.
Oh, yeah, man. I don't know why this dude wants to step in the ring with Mayweather, man. It's like going to an execution with the guillotine back in the 1500s.
Yes.
Yep.
Logan Paul may have some skill. Okay. Who we talking about again?
I'm confused. No, it's not just me.
Logan Paul.
Oh, Jesus Christ, it's not just me. Thank God it's not just me because I'm over here ranting like a sailor.
Logan Paul, the one who knocked down Nate
number one.
Robinson.
That's what I call him.
Look, Logan Paul, Jake Paul, LeBron, and 5. Okay.
Oh my God.
Look, man.
Either way,
I think I see this fight taking place possibly June 5th is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
I don't know the full details. I didn't get a chance to go in on it, and I didn't get a chance to talk into it because I was in a hurry last night running my report because I had a ton of shit going, and with baseball season starting for the kid, and I didn't get a chance to go to the barn burner out at the Coliseum yesterday because ticket prices and social distancing and day games with work. But it's all good, man. But what are you guys feeling about this upcoming fight if it does get signed and go down?
it's not going to be.
It's a massacre.
Huge fan of it.
Look, man, Mayweather.
All I say is it's not going to last past the first round.
No, Mayweather ain't trying to lose. Mayweather's trying to go down as the greatest fighter in history itself. Now, a lot of people don't like him. What's up, Steven?
Let me ask you this. If Mayweather loses to Paul, can we honestly say that this may be the worst loss by any North American athlete or any athlete in general because it is such a huge underdog that he's going up against if this fight happens? Because that could be damaging to his career and to his legacy.
It'll be worse than Tyson losing to Buster Douglas in his prime.
Exactly.
That's right. I forgot about that match.
Because at least Buster Douglas was a fighter that could actually fight.
Dude, Buster Douglas was saved. I forget what round he was knocked down, but when he was knocked down, the referee had a damn near 11, 12 count. So he was saved by the referee in that fight. Tyson should have won that fight. But then again, Buster Douglas composed himself, came back later on and knocked Tyson out, and Tyson just scrambled for his mouthpiece. That wasn't the reason why he lost. He got hit with a fucking hit and got knocked the fuck out, like Chris Tucker would say.
Yep.
I love Tyson. Tyson's my boy. But back to Mayweather.
It's like the old
Mayweather.
saying, Mama said, knock you out. And that's what he did.
Definitely.
Yep.
Definitely. No, Mayweather has everything to lose. His legacy, his career. This is, if he loses to this no-name,
he'll be known
YouTuber,
as a joke.
Yeah. I don't know why he's taking it. He's taking it for the money. My bad. He walks around with millions of dollars in his pocket. He wants to flash it with his bodyguards that are 3 times my size and your size, Carl.
Yeah,
He wants to show off. I love the dude. Been following him since 2000, since I got to see him in one of his first 10 fights when he came out to San Francisco and fought. But I don't want to see him get in the ring and play around like this. Get in the ring and do your business. Go after guys that want you. He's my age. He's early 40s. He still has something in the tank. But when you go up against these young guys that are in their mid-late 20s that are in their prime, they're going to outshine you. You got to be careful. So
exactly.
Logan Paul,
he's a joke.
Yeah.
But here's,
so
here's the thing, Hijacker, is that no matter what the challenge is, Floyd's got to take this seriously. He can't fuck around because he has to make sure his training camp is good. He's got to make sure his cardio is good. He has to make sure he keeps his footwork. He's got to make sure his hand speed is at the level it's supposed to be. Because if he doesn't have all those priorities set, he's going to have a rough day at the office. He needs to go in there and he needs to end this quick. He needs to not dance around and play around like he does in 10, 12 round fights against fighters that are his caliber level of a fighter.
Definitely, because he's going to get paid millions of dollars regardless if you knock this fool out in the first 5 minutes or you knock him out in the 5th round. Or how many is this round? How many is it going? Is it an 8-round exhibition?
Nothing has been announced yet.
There's no details,
but-
but I know the Jake Paul, Ben Askren one. I think was 8 rounds.
Yeah,
Okay,
that was an 8-rounder.
But I even want to pose this question: if the fight, let's say, if it's 8 round exhibition, even if it goes to distance, is his legacy still somewhat tarnished? I say yes. Because you're taking this fool who's not a professional fighter, who's not great at all. He's got a big mouth. He doesn't shut up. And I hope to God, and I hate to say this about Mayweather, I hope Mayweather knocks him out, because I'm not a huge Mayweather fan, because Mayweather's not a guy that's going to go in there and be like a Mike Tyson, a bruiser guy going to knock you out, when he gets the chance. Mayweather, if he dances all over this guy and doesn't take this dude serious, this could be damaging to him.
Well, before I get on that real quick, let me rewind back to November to 2 legends that got in the ring and faced each other that I grew up watching: Iron Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr.
Yes.
We all know Iron Mike, even at 54 years old and Roy at 52, we all know Iron Mike could have destroyed Roy Jones in that ring. Yep. He could have taken him out, but they were courteous. They were fans of each other during their careers, so they weren't going to kill each other. But it's just the names alone brought in $25 million for Tyson on that fight?
Something like that.
Yeah. So look at this here. Floyd needs to get in there. Don't dance around. Don't run with your money team. What is it? TMT? Team Money, or no, Money Team Mayweather or something like that, whatever it runs around. Because I'll tell you guys this. A couple years ago, I was in Vegas with my wife. We were out there for a basketball tournament, and we were walking by the Fat Burger that T.I. and Floyd Mayweather were getting down at. They were getting ready to fight in the middle of a Fat Burger about 2016, I believe it was.
Oh, wow.
I'm sitting there thinking, well, T.I., why you want to mess with a bona fide boxer? But then I started thinking, I was like, well, T.I.'s a street dude. Maybe he might be able to take him in a street fight, a.k.a. Rocky V.
T.I. grew up in the streets, in Atlanta.
Yeah. And it made me think of Rocky V when Rocky took out Tommy Gunn, aka Tommy Morrison, in the street fight. Rocky knew he couldn't really take
Tommy Morrison.
Yeah, he knew he couldn't take Tommy as a boxer because Rocky was, 20 years older than him, damn near. But when it comes to a street fight, you're not going to beat a street fighter, no matter what type of fighter you are, if you're not used to that type of set. But Mayweather, do not play around. Get in the ring, put this fool down in the first minute or two. Go home, count your money, sit on your bodyguard's shoulder, and do your thing.
Yep.
Plain and simple.
Yeah, pretty much. I couldn't have said it better.
All good. You guys need anything else before I roll back to practice with the kid?
No, enjoy it.
Enjoy it. Good. Thank you for joining us, man.
We actually have one comment for you on YouTube from Kevin's brother. He said NWA for life.
Oh, and also real quick too, Hijacker, way to go with your age, man. Man, they're on a roll, man.
Look, man, I was upset. I was not at yesterday's game. I was offered some tickets, but since it was a day game, and more or less it was the $30 parking that stopped me, because normally I pay like $500 for all 80 games to have a parking pass for the season, but they skipped that out, and a lot of season ticket holders bailed on the A's this year because they were like, look, dude, I'm not going to go pay $1,000 to go to 80 games and pay for parking. Give us our parking pass. We're your loyalties. We've been here since day one.
Yep.
So I missed out on that game, and I was at work talking with a few friends, and I was like, dude, that was the highest scoring game that I ever seen that turned out to be actually quite fun. That, man, 2 errors in the bottom of the 10th inning. Second baseman, and then that throw by the third baseman was just mind-boggling. And he knew it, because if you see the replay of behind him, he immediately threw his hand up on his head because he knew he sailed that ball. And that big-ass foul grounds in the Coliseum on right and left field, first base and third base side, you're going to run for hours over there, man.
Oh, yeah.
So right now, I'm happy. I'm living it up. My team's back in first place. We went from worst to first within, the first, how many games we played in this season? This is 18 games, 19 games, 20 games, something like that.
Something like that. We're at about 20.
And usually when you do good like that in the first 20 some odd games, you usually can have a pretty good season.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. So I'm hoping we roll with it, and our pitching's starting to come around. That's the main thing. Our pitching's starting to come around. We had 2 solid shutouts on the doubleheader night against them. We scored 7-0 in the first game, and we scored 1-0 in a little nail biter. But both of our starters, Jesus Luzardo in the second and Sean Manaea in the first, they went pretty well. Sean got the complete 7-game shutout. So hey, we got a chance to keep it rolling, man.
Yeah, absolutely. But Hijacker, go back with your kid.
Got you, brother.
Thank you for hopping
coming on, brother.
Not a problem, as always.
Once again, great job with the video, brother.
Yes,
appreciate it. I'm just upset I didn't have enough time to get in there because I could have had a little rant on that Triller thing this weekend with low blows and shit fests and trash fights.
Save it for next week's video.
We'll do that.
The guy gets punched in the balls, so we're gonna shit your mouth out.
Hey,
we're gonna send him to a local medical facility.
The only 2 highlights from that night was, who was Snoop Dogg and Oscar De La Hoya's drunkenness on live television. That shit was
yes.
Seeing the highlight of Oscar De La Hoya,
Hey, and you know what?
His balls was awesome.
You know what? And I bet you DMX sitting there going, "Y'all gonna make me lose my mind."
up in here. All right, y'all. You guys do a good rest of the show. And
all right, brother.
All
right, y'all.
Later, buddy.
Yes, folks, that was Hijacking Night. You see him every week doing the Nation Nights fights. We figured we're talking some boxing. Why not have our boxing expert hop on for a few minutes?
That was great.
Heavily. All right, so Johnny, real quick, why don't you go into the Olympics news that you saw, and then I'll come up with the 2 that I just saw.
There was.
I just, when you guys are all set with your Olympics, I just came across a set of stats in baseball that I want to talk about because holy shit.
Okay.
Olympics wise or Major League Baseball?
No, the baseball stats, but do your Olympic stuff first.
Cool.
Basically, there was a story that came out that a Japanese politician has come out and said there is a chance that the 2021 Olympics could be postponed again. Or as he basically put it, outright canceled is a possibility because over in Japan, they are still seeing a surge in COVID cases.
Correct.
And with the Olympics being less than 100 days away, they said that
there's no way, John, that's happening. There's no way because you don't want to send your sports athletes over there from here in the States when we have the numbers. Yes, they're still there, but our numbers are going down.
Yeah, but
even get into what you were just saying. I got something on that one, bud. Okay. Johnny, you done with yours or you still got more?
Nope, that was it.
Okay. So real quick, the Olympic torch relay had its first case of COVID. Positive test results. That tells you a lot right there.
Yep.
All right. The second thing that came out is that if the athletes turn around and protest against going to the Olympics, nothing will be done to them. They are legally safe. So there might be a chance that it might get canceled because of this COVID.
Yeah, absolutely. Because there's a lot of those talented athletes out there who don't want to go and go across waters and borders and contract the disease when they're far away from home. That's why you see. And I'll give a quick little wrestling example. The borders between U.S. and Japan, Japanese people can come to the U.S., but the U.S. can't go to Japan. The borders are somehow closed in different areas depending on the level of disease.
But here's the thing too:
Australia shut their borders down for 6 months, for 6 straight months before they ended up calming everything down.
Here, Europe is on a second lockdown, which means you can't even leave your own home.
Nope.
Because one of my neighbors actually has an office over in Italy. He can't even fly there to go to work. I was like, wow.
It's amazing how we got hit hard last year with this virus, and now 1 year later, all the other countries are really starting to get hit real bad with this virus.
Europe got hit before the United States did. They
Well, I know,
seem
but-
to
but-
have they caught a little bit of a break, but the problem over there is, and talking with my neighbor, the countries in Europe don't want to pay for the vaccine. That's the problem.
And that's what I don't understand. You have North America. North America is ready to get back living their lives with the mask. If that means we have to wear a mask at a UFC event, we're going to do what we got to do. If we have to wear a mask at a concert to live our lives again, we're going to do what we got to do. If you want to get back to live in Europe, you have to do what you got to do.
True.
I mean, at this point, they should cancel the Olympics for this year. It is not.
You are totally 100% right, Steve. Because you know what the problem is too. A lot of these countries don't have the money for the vaccine.
Right.
If you look at it, you got a small country, say Lithuania. Look how small they are. Their money is not a lot.
No.
So yeah, you might have had Johnson & Johnson. They actually had their own company. Astra was one of theirs that was over there.
Mm-hmm.
They stopped it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But also too, on the same token, right? The 2021 International Ice Hockey Federation Women's World Championship, to be held in Nova Scotia this year for next month, has been canceled because of the strict COVID protocols. They're going to try and find a new date for it, but it's canceled as of right now. This is the International Ice Hockey Federation and Hockey Canada, in a joint statement, said that they would try to find a new date for the tournament this summer because it's supposed to be a 10-day event, and this is just the women's.
Yeah,
John?
Yeah, all I was saying is people think that, even though a lot of these countries sort of have COVID under control, COVID is still rearing its ugly head, and it's changing a lot of things, and it's making people have to think on the fly real quick. And especially you're dealing with an event like the Olympics. That's not just, you're not just dealing with Japan there. You're dealing with every country in the world.
Yeah.
And with all the social distance and stuff and all the COVID protocols, do you really run the risk of all these countries being in one area? Because I remember a neighbor of mine who works for NBC has been to several Olympics over the years.
Mm-hmm.
And he's always said in the Olympic town where, where all the athletes stay,
Right.
there's no, even before COVID, there's no.
You mingled with everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With everybody saying now, oh, you have to be 6 feet apart. You have to, wear a mask. How the hell are you going to pull that off?
Right.
And you know that old saying of a super spreader?
Yep.
There's your prime example of a super spreader right there.
If Japan is smart, they will not have the Olympics this year.
No. And it's funny because I'm just reading one of the comments right now on YouTube. It could be a postponement, but at this point, being that you already postponed it from last year.
To be honest with you, Mike, also too, there actually was one other time in history that they did cancel the Olympics, and that was during the 1940s due to World War II.
Yeah.
My thing is this, though. You already postponed it once.
Just cancel it.
At this point, but that's my thing, though. At this point, postponing it again, you're not going to. So let's say, hypothetically speaking, they postpone it to 2023. You're going to go 2023 with the summer and then 2024 with winter?
2022 would be
Winter. 2022 winter, 2023 summer.
Summer, okay. But my thing is, you're not going to want to go back to back to back like that.
No.
And that's my point, though, is at this point, your best option is to cancel it.
Yes.
That's your best option at this point, is just to cancel the whole thing and then just refocus everything onto the next one.
And I know Kevin has some stats that he said before we got to the Olympic part that he wants to get to.
Go ahead, bud.
Yes.
Floor's all yours.
Okay, so back to baseball. Yay, baseball. So currently 2-0 Boston Red Sox over the Seattle Mariners. I just happened to go and see the scores that went to the commercial. So there seems to be something. Shut up, Carl. There seems to be something seriously brewing out in Milwaukee for the Brewers with their pitcher Colton Burns. I'm going to read you some numbers. John shaking his head. I think he knows what I'm about to read.
Yeah. That's not what you're trying to be a bobblehead. I know exactly what stat you're about to talk about.
Oh, yeah. So his last 4 starts to go and start the year. Let's see. In a loss to Minnesota, he pitched 6 1/3 innings, allowing 1 hit, 1 run, with 11 strikeouts. His second start, another loss to St. Louis, 6 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 9 strikeouts. Third start, win. 6 innings pitched, 2 hits, 10 strikeouts. Fourth start, a win. 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, 10 strikeouts. This dude has not allowed a walk, has 40 strikeouts, has a .37 ERA.
Yeah.
He's a video game character. We have our first video game character in Major League Baseball. That's all I could say. We have a 99 guy. That's what we have. That's unreal. So April 20th, that was Monday. So
Tuesday.
Was Tuesday.
Yep, that was Tuesday. I know my dates. I was testing you guys.
Sure.
Shut up.
Irish coffee wins again.
I would say the Irish coffee.
At this point, it ain't the Irish coffee.
No, he needs just a straight up Jameson.
Well, as we see in your background, isn't that right there on the corner by you?
Which corner are you looking at? I've got 4 corners.
Never mind. Let's go. Let's keep it going.
No, so let me go and see when Milwaukee's next game is.
All right.
Because I wonder if his next start is coming up. Because if he can go 5 and get another 10 strikeouts and have 50 strikeouts in 5 starts with no walks, that's unbelievable.
So while you're looking that up, Kev, real quick, I just want to bring up something else.
All right, so Tuesday.
So you have Major League Hall of Famer Willie Mays has won the Lifetime Achievement Award. That is given to, he was chosen from 5 finalists in a voting by a panel of longtime baseball writers, broadcasters, historians, and executives. He turns 90 on May 6th. God bless him. He's one of the oldest living baseball players. But to win that achievement, that takes a lot. And he has done a lot for this sport on the field and off the field.
I just have one thing I have to get into quickly before we get into the NFL stuff.
So the other finalists were, God rest his soul, Hank Aaron, Roland Heyman, Rachel Robinson, Vince Scully, and Joe Torre.
Wow.
Those were the other finalists for this award.
That is a murderer's row of legends.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Especially with the last 2 people I said.
Hell yeah.
So doing
Hank
a little
Aaron,
digging.
we all knew. But Joe
I thought you were
Torre,
done. Sorry.
no, that's okay. Joe Torre and Vin Scully, come on.
Yeah.
All right, Kev, floor's yours again.
No, so doing a little bit more digging about Burns, there's no precedent for what he has done. Like, there's nothing to compare it to. No other pitcher has at a stretch like this. No walks, 40 strikeouts, lowest balls ERA. Like, this is just unheard of. And his next start, if I'm not mistaken, would probably be next Monday. So we shall see if they be next Monday against the Miami Marlins. So let's see. Let's see if he can get another 10 strikeouts. Like, between him and Shane Bieber, those have just been like, wow, strikeout machines.
Mm-hmm.
Shane Bieber, that was not a fluke last year getting the Cy Young Award. Shane Bieber's legit.
Yep.
That's a legit pitcher.
Johnny, you had something?
Oh, yes.
Uh-oh.
I know what's coming.
The New York Yankees right now are off to one of their worst starts they've had in some time.
Real quick. Sorry, Joe.
Oh, I'm going to have no regrets with what I'm about to say.
Hold on, John, before you go on your little spew, there's also a tie-in with this as well. I know you know where I'm going at with that, right?
No.
When it comes to the Yankees.
Well,
hold on, and another New York sports team that is actually doing something good.
Oh, yeah. I'm happy for them. I'm happy for them, but they're shitting rainbows right now.
Let him go on his rant.
The New York Yankees right now cannot figure out their ass from their elbow. And the guy I want to focus on mostly right now is Stanton, who's getting paid a boatload of money. But let me just read you his stats so far. In 57 at-bats, he has a 158 batting average, 3 home runs, 12 RBIs, and an OPS of 571.
He sucks.
Last night's game, he put his sweatshirt on in the middle of the game. Now, a lot of us on here played Little League, right? Growing up.
Yeah.
Or have coached Little League in some
both
form or another. If a player puts on a sweatshirt, doesn't that usually indicate that he's given up? Well, I get that because you're being the boss of him. But I'm just saying, it doesn't that usually indicate he's given up?
Yep.
It does indicate that, but I will give him a pass on the sweatshirt because it was cold last night. So
okay, you're 30 years old. You should know how to dress properly then.
These are baseball players, John. These
Hold on.
They're a bunch of pansy asses. That's what they are.
Francisco Lindor.
I love baseball. Don't get me wrong, but they go and sleep on the couch and they wake up with a kink in their neck and they're on the IL for 10 days. Versus a hockey player who can play with a punctured lung and go, yeah, I'm good for like 10 more games right now.
Hold on.
I can't breathe, but I can
Lindor, the shortstop for the Mets, they were playing Chicago last night, I think. Yeah, they were playing the Cubs last night. Francisco Lindor had a sweatshirt underneath his jersey. Yeah. Hell, I worked outside today. I had this on underneath my work shirt. You have to learn how to dress appropriately, especially living in the Northeast.
Well, also remember, John, the New York Yankees have that strict dress code guidelines of how to look like a professional ball player.
He's not a professional ball player. He's a professional overrated douchebag.
Wow!
Stanton, to me, is 100% overrated.
You gotta love it.
There is your earth-shattering kaboom.
Yep.
Well, I'm good now.
Steve, go ahead.
How do I even top that?
Two words. You don't.
Somehow with Steven and what I'm just remembering now, we might top it. Go.
No, I can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't. I won't. Sorry. That was terrific.
All
Hold on. One other thing I want to add. Any Yankee fan who's listening right now, call in. Tell me how Stanton is not overrated.
Tell us on Discord that
you
got a comment, and we'll bring you in.
Yeah, because I think
here's the problem. I don't think no Yankees fans actually want to call it.
Because I'm
John, and while we're on shitting on the Yankees season right now, what about Gary Sanchez? That guy couldn't hit a bronze out of a barn if he wanted to.
Hold on, I'll pull up his stats right now. Give me a second here.
Mr. Joe,
that's gimmick infringement.
If you have a comment that you would like to bring to us,
okay,
please let us know in the Discord and we'll bring you on.
Sanchez's stats right now for 2021 are at 45 at-bats, a 200 batting average, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, and an OPS of 676.
He sucks balls too.
Right now, if I go to, hold on, gotta see if I can, God damn it. Okay, I'm going to go to team for total team stats here. The league, no. I'm just looking at the lineup and what this team is pulling off right now. Oh my! I mean, average wise right now, they have nobody batting over 300. The
bunch
closest
of overpaid babies that don't want to play fucking ball.
And I saw what Mike just wrote.
Yeah.
DJ LeMahieu has a 279 batting average, and that's the highest on this team.
And he's a better player than 289.
Oh yeah, he's.
Look,
I know goddamn little league teams that can play better.
Unbiased sports reporter, national sports reporter, Jared Carrabis of Barstool Sports. Totally unbiased. Absolutely unbiased. His latest tweet says, have the Yankees, not one of his latest tweets, but one of the tweets from last night. It shows, I believe 25 is Gary Sanchez, right, John?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so it shows Gary Sanchez do like a check swing, but the ball goes forward, so he make contact. And the run to first base is one of the most pitiful, like it's a jog. It's a jog, like he just doesn't care. Jared Carrabis' tweet says, have the Yankees quit already? Wow.
No. Here's the thing
who runs
also.
that ball out 10 out of 10 times? Jeets. Back when the Yankees had heart, class, and championship pedigree. These Yankees just get new teeth, make car commercials, don't run out grounders, and don't win anything. Sad.
Here's the thing also. I'm just looking right now at overall team records. Home runs and RBIs. You know, the way you win baseball is by scoring runs.
Yes.
The Yankees right now are 28th. And I know everybody's going to say, hold on. I know everybody's going to say, but the Mets are worse than them. Yes, the Mets are doing worse than them right now. The Mets have 39 RBIs, but if you go based on stats, the Yankees right now are 6-11, and the New York Mets right now are 7-6. So suck it.
Give it time, John. Give it time. The Mets will be just as bad.
Yeah, they'll just be as bad as any team from Dallas. Oh, sorry, Tony.
Ow!
That was Ezra that time.
Or for that matter, the New York Giants and the Jets.
Oh, they'll be good. Don't worry, the New York Giants will be good. They just got to sign Cam Newton first.
Yes.
Right. Hold on. While most of the New York teams suck right now, there is one New York team right now who is actually doing something good.
For once in their miserable existence.
And that is the New York Knicks, baby. We are in 4th place in the Eastern Conference.
What, did Melo come back?
No, actually, our best player right now is Julius Randle.
Did Amari Stoudemire fix his fucking hand?
I'll tell you this right now. This year's Knicks team gives me hope that they have a shot that they can make it.
I'll say that when Jeremy Lin was rattling.
Okay, no. That team had a good 15-minute run. This Knicks team doesn't quit.
But that's the thing with New York teams, like New York fans, is as soon as like they have a good run, it's like we're back, baby. New York sports are back.
John, please, for all that is holy and gracious by the grace of God, please take back what you just said. because the New York Knicks have had prominent seasons. When they went to the finals in 94, 99 was the last year they did something special. Hold on, Johnny Cakes. I'm talking.
Steve.
They went to the playoffs
Steve,
in 2000. Yes.
real quick.
Yes.
They are half a game back in the Eastern Conference of the first place Phillies. Okay.
Really?
They're three. The next team below them is the Milwaukee Bucks, who is 3.5 games out of first place. Now, if you go to league conference, okay, the league, the Knicks are in 5th place. So that tells you a lot there.
And here's the thing also. The Knicks are getting good now. To me,
But John,
hold on, Steven. You take Philly, Brooklyn, Milwaukee, and the Knicks, the way the Knicks are playing right now.
I'm sorry, that's the Nets that are in second place.
Yeah, Nets are in second.
yeah.
That could have been
Brooklyn Nets, Milwaukee Bucks, New York Knicks in 4th.
But listen, what I was getting at with the Knicks have had good spurts. They had a very consistent spurt in the 90s.
Yeah.
In 2011, they made the playoffs. They got swept by the Celtics. The next year, they took Miami. They were in the second round, right?
Something like that.
Something like that. But anyways, the Knicks make the playoffs. We're doing good. And everybody in the New York area said that the Knicks are back because Carmelo for once was on that basketball team. They had Amari Stoudemire still on that team and all those players, Felton, Landry Fields, Danilo Gallinari, etc. They make that run and they're going, oh, the Knicks are back, baby. Madison Square Garden's going to be rocking and rolling, baby. And then what did they do? Season after season, disappointment after disappointment. The Knicks right now, yes, John, they are, I would call what we call in sports, especially in the college basketball regions, a Cinderella team right now because nobody expected the Knicks to go to the freaking ball because the Knicks are actually doing something good right now for once in their existence. They haven't been this good since the 90s. And if they make the playoffs, have a damn good run, and they are consistent for at least another season or two, then maybe I will start taking the Knickerbockers seriously.
Okay, I'm going to throw you this one. I'm going to throw you this one. The way the Nets are playing right now, and the way the Knicks are playing, I think you have a better shot the Knicks making a run than the Nets do.
And you know what, John? You're not wrong. You want to know why? Because the Brooklyn Nets, like I said a few weeks ago on that epic rant, that the Nets right now are over. Shut up, Carl. That the Nets are overrated. The Nets are overrated with this team because they haven't had all 3-star players playing at the same caliber heights of consistency.
There goes something. Johnny just threw something.
Oh, God bless us.
Anyway, that's his pride as a New York fan. He just threw out.
Yeah, out the window. Hey, New England, hello. We need a quarterback.
Hold on. But here's my thing, though.
Yes, boss.
I'm not injured.
We got the guy for you guys. Yeah, who is it? Oh, it's Mr. Cameron Newton to the Giants. Yes, that's perfect. We'll take it.
Hold on, Steven. But my thing with the Knicks is this. I can't trust Brooklyn right now because you got every one of their mothers are out right now. And you know damn well you got 3 egotistical maniacs on that team in Harden, Kyrie, and
Durant.
The Knicks right now are playing basically at this point.
John, I'll make the argument. You'll probably get. I know Kevin will get this. I know a lot of Knicks fans will get this. The Knicks, the Knicks might make Brooklyn their bitch because in the 90s,
oh yes,
they made Miami their bitch in the 90s. He had all those great basketball teams.
Okay, hold on. You ready?
This is the modern version, bitch.
Hold on. You ready for my second kaboom?
Yes.
Oh boy.
I didn't know you had one more in game.
Because I remember how I've been saying for a while, I think the East is very weak right now.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think right now, the two teams you have to look at to make it to the finals.
Yep.
Now, I'm not saying win the championship. I'm saying make it to the finals.
Because remember, Miami made the finals last year and nobody saw that coming. And they made a deep run in the playoffs because the East was weak.
The first team, I think, will be Brooklyn.
All right.
Second team, the Knicks.
Oof.
I think
That's
the
your-
New York
that's
Knicks
your,
have the capability that I
that's your
think they can
East?
make a run.
That's your East.
Yeah, coming out of the East, I think this will be one of those two teams. I don't trust Philly. I don't trust Milwaukee. And they always say you get that team who gets hot at that right moment.
Right.
Go back, Steven, you remember this, when Green Bay got into the NBA, NFL playoffs as the wild card
Oh,
team.
yeah, in 2010, when everybody thought that the Philadelphia Eagles were going to fly high to a championship in 2010 with Michael Vick having a great season, MVP caliber year to the great Tom Brady.
Yeah, and I think that's...
And then they beat Atlanta. Atlanta had a great season. And then they beat Chicago. Sorry, Ezra. In the NFC Championship game.
Hey!
Chicago.
I know.
Chicago had a...
I already know my fucking team sucks, so I don't have to worry about that.
Chicago had a hell of a year that year as well. But Green Bay was hot at the right time. And you know what, John? Maybe the Knicks might be the one team in basketball that might be everybody's kryptonite.
I mean, LeBron James was even asked about it, and LeBron James turned around and said, the NBA is doing something right if the Knicks are winning. Because think about it. The NBA wants their big franchises to win. And look at who the two big franchises are in the NBA. The Lakers and the Knicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what he was making the point of. That I heard that one.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Yeah, I did too.
That sounded like that was good.
Yes.
Oh.
But I want to switch gears a bit.
Shit. Sorry, guys.
I
That was the
feel-
shoulder.
I feel your pain. Oof, I heard that one.
What pain? That felt good.
that was your kaboom. Your only kaboom you're gonna get this year. Anyways, so I want to switch gears and talk about the upcoming draft for next week.
Well, I did. Seattle Seahawks just did something that is a shocking move.
Yeah.
They re-signed Geno Smith as a backup for Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I don't know, by the way, he was there 3 years already.
He's returning for his third season.
Yeah. Yeah, what a great
And
player
the
that
funniest part is the one game he played was a blowout against the Jets.
Yeah, you were talking about a guy who pretty much was
4
a
for
bust.
5 passes for 33 yards against the team that drafted him in the second round of the 2013 draft.
Oh, and speaking of the Jets, let's talk
He was their
about
first pick in that draft. No, he was the first pick in the second round of that draft.
Second round.
Yep, second round.
speaking of the Jets. Let's talk about this from a couple weeks ago. Sam Darnold gets
Yes.
traded away from the Jets to the Carolina Panthers. Man, I don't know about this.
I don't know about that either. To me, I think Sam. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sam Darnold is he's not an Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady elite quarterback, but I think he could help build He could have helped build the Jets franchise a little bit, maybe. It's gonna be. I mean, I don't know what the Jets are looking at as far. I don't know what they're going to be able to get in the draft. I think they're the number two.
Number two.
Number two
Number
pick.
2 spit. Yeah.
Yeah, the number 2 pick. It's gonna be. They have to get. They're getting rid of Sam Darnold. They're gonna have to go for a quarterback right off the bat. We know that.
And what they need to do is after they get their quarterback, because they may get lucky and land the guy they want to land.
Yeah.
If they get the quarterback that they want, they have to start focusing on what John has preached on this show time and time again. Get some offensive linemen, because you need the offensive guards to block for your quarterback. Because if you don't have an offensive line to block for the quarterback, you're not going to do jack crap.
Absolutely.
But speaking of the said draft, that's going to be a huge week for us next week.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
But other NFL news that just got proposed and passed. I don't understand this shit.
Uh-oh.
But one of the big things was the new uniform rule change.
Oh boy.
Ay.
I don't understand this shit. And maybe one of you guys understand it. When it comes to the end, to the new rule allows more flexibility when it comes to numbers worn on players' jersey. So if a guy wants a single digit, he could have a single digit.
Okay.
Instead of going and say, like, you're drafted. Steven, say you're drafted, all right? And number 99 is available. Well, that's the number you would get. No, you want number 1. Well, now you get number 1.
Huh?
Yeah.
I'm confused.
So, I'm sorry. Usually certain numbers were for quarterbacks.
Oh, that's right. Okay, now I'm following. Okay.
So the new rule adopted Wednesday with the number of other proposals allows quarterbacks, punters, place kickers to wear numbers 1 through 19, defensive backs 1 through 49, and then running backs, tight ends, and wide receivers 1 through 49 and 80 through 89. Offensive linemen can wear 50 to 79. Defensive linemen 50 to 79 or 90 to 99. And linebackers 1 to 59 and 90 to 99.
But no offense, Carl, this has been going on for years, dude.
But it's never been, you've never had where anybody can wear 1 through 49.
This will be the first year that the NFL has allowed players outside of a quarterback, kicker, or punter to wear 1 through 9.
Okay.
And it'll be the first year that, other than running back, they're able to wear 1 through, like,
I got you.
So
you always used to be in a specific number for bracket.
Right, like LT was 21.
Right.
Yes. Like running backs generally were 20 to 49.
Yep.
Fullbacks more often than not were like 40 to 49, but they could pick numbers in the 20s and 30s. Safeties were 20 to 49.
Yep.
Offensive linemen, like Carl said, 50 to 79. Same thing with defensive linemen. They also had 90, 99, all that stuff.
I gotcha.
But now they're allowing it where in college, you're just given a number. That's it.
Okay. Gotcha.
You know, and whatever your number is what your number is.
I'm following.
So now they're allowing, if, say, I think Devontae Smith from Alabama is number 6. So if he goes to an NFL team, if number 6 is available, he could take number 6.
Gotcha. I gotcha. Perfect. Okay. Gotcha. Now I get it. Anyways.
I have one little nugget that apparently Tom Brady is not entirely happy with that. And his tweet said, "Why have numbers? Just have colored jerseys. Why not wear the same number? Dumb." And I kind of look at this and go, "All right, old man River, zip it." This is not the hill to die on, folks. I don't care. Like, the numbers are going to look a little weird for a few seasons, but you'll get used to it. Same thing with the 7-2. Ah, shit.
Oh, geez, what happened?
No, it's nothing. It's nothing like terrible. Oh, run down. It's over. So Seattle just tied the game up. However, the reason I said shit is because Boston Red Sox pitcher Nick Pivetta was at 5 2/3 innings with a no-hitter. And I don't know who was in left tonight. I wasn't paying attention to the batting order when it came out earlier this afternoon, but he tried to get it and he jumped and he just missed the ball. So, God damn it, there's my arm again. So, yeah, that's my, shit, it's losing the no-hitter.
The Boston Bruins got outscored again.
What?
Shut up.
Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving.
Hang on.
Let's keep it moving. By the way, guys, if you want to follow us on social media, you can as well. Just wanted to drop that.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere at ON Sports Show.
Yep. We're not done yet. I just wanted to drop that in there. But
Yeah.
Oh no, we're not done yet because we still got to go and preview the draft.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
We're saving the best for last, baby.
One thing, I know, Carl, you went and mentioned the numbers.
Yes.
I want to go and bring up about onside kicks because, as we know, a few years ago, the competition committee eliminated the ability to get a running start for the kicking team, which drastically reduced the percentage of recovering an onside kick.
Mm-hmm.
So the Eagles had an alternative of a 4th and 15. It got tabled, and the Eagles do plan to go and bring it back for next year's proposals for next season. The one that was approved for this season only is to limit the receiving team players in the setup zone. And the number that I hear floating around is no more than 9 players in that zone. So that way there's more of a chance of the kicking team being able to go and recover the onside kick.
Gotcha.
And I'm just thumbing through real quick. They're apparently going to be really emphasizing taunting as a penalty to call, and not specifically touchdown celebrations, more the getting in the faces of defending player, offensive player after a big play,
Gotcha.
or after a big tackle, standing over the guy. They're going to try to weed that stuff out. In a way, I get it because you do have kids watching, but it's also, there's no way, like, that's just going to be a losing proposition because you got a bunch of beefed up men in tights and helmets with testosterone and adrenaline. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, you can't.
You're not going to be able to get rid of that.
You can't expect the player to not celebrate when a big play happens. I mean, I understand what their stances are, but at the same time, you have to understand that we are human beings. When something happens big, we go ape shit. When something bad happens to our teams, we get pissed off. We want to throw a hissy fit because we're upset about what just happened in the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. You should not be penalized for celebrating. I mean, I understand there's some times where can be a little excessive, but if you have a big moment, let's say a game significant touchdown or a game significant like interception or big play period of the game, you should be able to celebrate it in whatever manner you want to, as long as it's appropriate for the standards of the NFL and live TV audience. You know, that's just the way I see it.
Kevin, check YouTube.
We're men in tights.
We're men in tights. We're men,
guys.
We're men. We're men in tights. In tights.
All right.
We're men in tights.
Steve, real quick, I got to turn around and tell you Sophie says hi.
Okay.
But
whatever.
We getting into the draft talk now?
Yes.
now we're going to get into the draft talk.
All right, let's go.
What I want to do before we get into the actual orders and all that, on NFL.com, they have the 2021 NFL draft ideal top 2 picks for every team.
Okay.
So let's go over what they have there, and we'll see how you guys think.
Yeah.
So the first one is the AFC, of course.
Yep.
First one is the Baltimore Ravens. They have round number 1, 27th overall. They have Tooney, wide receiver from Florida.
Okay.
Their round number 2, the 58th overall pick, is Hunter Long, tight end from Boston College. What do you guys think about that? Those potential picks
For
that team.
Baltimore.
Wait. Potential?
Baltimore.
Okay. No. The receiver, maybe, yes, but no. I mean, I guess whenever's available, I guess go what you got to go with. But to me, I think there are better chances with the receiver from Florida.
I mean, receiver-wise, they're sort of okay. I mean, they haven't had a decent tight end since Todd Heap was there a number of years ago.
So
I mean, it's nice to have that target, but
so real quick, if I look at Hunter Long, all right, I clicked on it. It gives me their strengths and their weaknesses. His strengths are he picks up his play speed as route progresses.
Route progresses.
Route, whatever. Hey, I'm from Jersey. Shut up.
My condolences.
Able to attack the seam and potentially all three levels. Uses hand fighting to clear handsy coverage at top of the route. Made first downs on 60% of his catches in 2020.
Okay.
Gained some separation out of his turns.
Okay.
Scrambles open for his quarterback. Hands are soft and natural for the routine catch. I'm sorry. This is a guy you do not use that his hands are soft and natural. I don't care what position. You don't say something like that. That's a little feminist. Hyper focus when the ball is headed his way. Able to bring in throws well outside his frame with sticky hands. Can be an issue to cover for some linebackers. Now we're going to get into his weaknesses. Play strength and aggressiveness end up in minus column. Oof, that's a big problem.
That's a huge one.
Allows press to beat and ride him early on. No, right there, that's no good. You're just those two?
Okay. I had to retort on this one because the second one you just said, it sounds like to me that this guy just doesn't really care.
Exactly. Will race through routes rather than selling his breaks at times.
Yeah, because if you race through the route, you're giving the route away.
Needs to be more competitive in claiming his catch space. Hello? Are you playing the game?
You play to win the game.
Inconsistent finishing contested catches.
Yeah.
Sounds like Odell Beckham Jr.
Yes. Not tough enough to handle heavy lifting as blocker.
Ouch.
Yeah, those are some definite weaknesses that he is.
Hold on. It
Okay.
gets even better.
Really?
Blocks with folded arms like a player from the old electric football game.
What?
Oh,
Hold on.
I swear to God, that's what it's written.
Hold the front door, because I'm fixing to shut it on this fool. You mean to tell me that you're a wide receiver? A wide receiver uses a hand or two because God gifted
Tight
you.
end.
I don't give a shit what he plays. Tight end, in your sister's ass, wide receiver, whatever. Simple fact, the good Lord has blessed you with two hands. Use them sons of bitches to block the guy. Hit the guy. Do your job. Do it for the team. T-E-A-M, team, not for Y-O-U. Because you want to know what that makes you is a loser. A big, fat, ugly, pathetic loser, like the New York Jets, like this New York Yankees, and like the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Actually, speaking about the Yankees, they're up 6-3.
Are we able to clip that tight end in your sister's ass somehow?
Oh, yeah. Trust me.
We'll talk to that, people.
Here's the last one that really is shocker. Let the running game down in matchup against Clemson.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God.
How the fuck do you allow yourself to go drafted?
I don't think he'll go drafted.
Okay.
Oh
I don't
my
think so either.
God, his grades are like a fucking joke.
Well, then why the hell would Baltimore want to draft this guy? Okay, Carl, go ahead.
Are you talking about? You're still talking about Hunter Long, right?
Yes.
Okay, so as you were talking, I'm hearing that. I'm like, Jesus Christ! I hope I don't see his name in any of these mock drafts I'm looking at. Wow, CBS Sports in a 3-round mock draft has Hunter Long, tight end, Boston College, going number 77 to the Los Angeles Chargers.
Well, think about it. From the way, Carl, the way you were presenting him, he's definitely not a first-round pick.
Dude, he should be like the 7th.
Wait a minute.
Hold on. Let me give you his grades.
Hold on. Before we get to his stupid little grades, because we know they suck too, just like his work ethic. Let me ask you this: do you think? So who has this projected again for Baltimore? NFL.com.
Yes, this is the NFL.
What the hell are they smoking? Why the hell is Baltimore going to pick a guy like that doesn't have the testicular fortitude and the mindset to be a team freaking player? Now go ahead with his stupid, pathetic grades because we know it sucks balls too.
The perfect prospect is an 8.
Wait. They think he's.
Yeah, John. Why do you think I was like, wait, what? Oh, it gets better. It gets better.
Okay.
Hold on.
Oh
God. I thought I was going to have another aneurysm.
John, just shush for a second.
Okay.
All pro. 7.3 to 7.5.
Ouch.
Pro ball talent. 7 to 7.1. Year 1 quality starter. 6.7, 6.8.
Ouch.
Oh, that pains me to even think about that.
Boom or bust prospect. 6.5.
Hey, you know what? You know who should take this guy? The Jets.
It's even get better.
Oh, God.
Will be starter within the first 2 seasons. 6.3, 6.4.
Does he have hands?
The Giants should take him. That way they still have enough money to sign Cam Newton when he gets released.
Good backup who could become a starter. 6.1, 6.2.
The same guy?
Good.
Yes.
This is the same jabroni.
Developmental traits based prospect 6.0. Now you're really gonna be like, wait, what the hell? Backup / special teamer 5.8 to 5.9.
Okay.
Chance to make end of roster or practice squad.
Uh-oh.
No.
5.5, 5.6.
Figured it out. He whoever drafts him, he'll become their team's water boy.
Priority free agent.
Oh, God.
5.4.
Oof.
Okay, so why doesn't this
Chance
guy
to be in an NFL training camp. 5 to 5.1. The last question is about to blow your damn mind. Okay.
All right.
Likely needs time in developmental league. What do you think the grade was?
8.3.
Ezra, what do you think the grade was?
I'm gonna go with a 9.1.
Kev.
I'm going to play Mother Russia on this one, 2.8.
Steven.
10.1.
No grade.
So you're saying he sucks?
You just rattled off all of these statistics.
Uh-huh. And that's just one player.
And this is one player. Whoever drafts him, if you have the cojones the size of Jupiter, being the biggest planet in our solar system.
How that would hurt.
You have the balls to draft this guy, a guy who doesn't give a damn about his team. Because he reminds me of, even though he's a tight end, he reminds me of this generation's version of Terrell Owens. Because T.O., as a great receiver as he was in his career, at times he was uninterested with the team that he was on.
Kev, your brother's not wrong.
No, he's not. I just saw that too.
Kevin's brother just turned around and said on YouTube, Long is a downgrade from Hunter Henry.
Yeah.
Greg is
100%.
right.
Honestly, where are the charges?
He is correct. He is correct.
It really is too bad that he's not going to fall to 13. But man, you want to talk about a replacement for Hunter Henry? Kyle Pitts in Florida.
Yeah, well, I've heard a lot of people saying Kyle Pitts probably top 5.
Yeah.
According
Like
to hey guys, according to a CBS mock draft from it looks like the overall consensus is he's going to be taken number 4 by the Atlanta Falcons.
Was that the one? Is it a 3-round mock draft? Because that's the one I was just looking at and I was about to mention.
Yeah,
too.
it's got Ryan Wilson, Chris Trapasso, and Josh Edwards.
Okay, yeah. Chris Trapasso was the one I was reading, and he puts Atlanta taking him at number 4, which makes sense.
It's all across the board actually with everybody.
Yeah. I'm looking at the one that's just Chris Trapasso.
All right. So what I'm going to do, instead of reading all the stats on everybody, I'm just going to go down with the two players that each team was projected to go with. All right. Okay. So next team is Buffalo Bills. You have never mind. Tony Romo was at the golf and he did a nice good play. Whatever. With the Buffalo Bills, round number 1, 30th pick overall, Ronnie Perkins, edge from Oklahoma. Now, I'm sorry. What the hell is an edge? I've never heard that.
Isn't that
right end, left end, like on the defensive line?
Yep.
But,
or it could be like a right or a left outside linebacker, but they call them an edge rusher.
Yep.
To kind of differentiate between being a true defensive lineman.
Because if you listen to the commentary, they also say, "Oh, he's coming off the edge."
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of like that hybrid defensive lineman linebacker.
Oh,
but
okay.
they don't want to say hybrid.
Like I said, that's the first time I've actually seen it. And I'm like,
yeah,
okay. Round number 2, 61st pick overall, Elijah Molden, cornerback out of Washington.
Okay.
Out of cornerback.
Carl, we can hear. Thank you very much.
I wasn't talking about you guys. I'm talking about the ones that are listening.
They have ears too, Carl. Duh. Go ahead.
Well, Steven, there are times where I sometimes go, wait, did you say corner or quarter?
Yes.
That's what Carl's trying to differentiate. He's talking about a cornerback, not a quarterback.
I know.
From now on, I'll just say QB or CB. So the next team is the Cincinnati Bengals. 5th round overall pick on round 1 is Penny Sewell, offensive tackle from Oregon. 2nd round is the 38th overall, Javonte Williams, running back out of North Carolina.
All right.
Next is the shit stain of the Football League. Sorry, Anthony, I had to say it. Is the Browns. 26th pick overall in the 1st round is Zavon Collins, linebacker out of Tulsa.
All right.
2nd round is the 59th pick overall, Devon Dixon, defensive tackle out of Iowa. Then you go to the Broncos. 1st round is the 9th pick overall, Justin Fields, QB out of Ohio State. 40th pick,
right.
2nd round, Jermaine Davis, linebacker, Kentucky.
All right.
Next is the Texans. Third round, 67th overall, Rashad Weaver, edge from Pittsburgh.
All right.
Fourth round, number 109 overall, Derek Barnes, linebacker, Purdue. Go to the Colts. First round, 21st overall, Samuel Cosme, offensive.
Quick breaking news. Sorry to interrupt for a second. It just came across my news feed.
What?
Digital Underground Shock G has died.
Oh no!
I haven't gotten that yet.
Wow.
The guy known for the Humpty Dance and his work with Tupac.
And Tupac Shakur was good friends with those guys. Wow.
He was found dead Thursday in a hotel room in Tampa.
Ooh.
Oh man. Rest in
That
peace, man.
Sucks.
Go on.
Prayers go out to his family and all his fans and supporters
Absolutely.
over the years.
Absolutely.
That's a huge loss for the game of hip hop.
Hell yeah. Second round, 54th overall pick, Calvin Joseph, CB out of Kentucky. Next, we go to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Here you go. First round, number 1 overall, Trevor Lawrence from Clemson, QB. First round, number 25 overall, Alex Leatherwood, OT from Alabama. Then you go to Kansas City. First round, 31st overall pick, Elijah Vera Tucker, OL out of USC. Second round, 63rd overall pick, Quinn Menarez, OL out of Wisconsin Whitewater. The Raiders, first round, 17th overall pick, Tavon Jenkins, offensive tackle, Oklahoma State. Second round, 48th overall pick, Javon Holland, safety out of Oregon. That's the first safety I've seen.
Yeah, and
that's the first one. That's the first one. You're right.
Usually don't see safeties go in
second round.
Nope.
Usually it's second round. Usually it's second, and then.
So then you go to the Chargers. First round, 13th overall pick, Devonta Smith, wide receiver, Alabama.
Wait, who do they think he's going to go to?
Chargers.
Interesting move on that, because if he doesn't go to the Chargers, I can tell you exactly where I think he will end up. And I'm not being a homer here, but I think he'll be the Giants. If he doesn't go to the Chargers.
Second round, 47th overall pick, Dylan Rasnus, offensive line from North Dakota State.
Okay.
The Dolphins, first round, number 6 overall, Jamar Chase, wide receiver, LSU.
Ooh, all right.
Ooh, okay.
First round, 18th overall pick, Jalen Phillips, edge out of Miami.
All right.
So they're saying their second round pick should go for an edge rusher to replace Shaq Lawson, who was traded to Houston.
Yeah,
Right.
that would make sense.
So, yeah. Here we go, Patriots. First round, 15th overall, Jalen Waddle, wide receiver, Alabama.
All right.
All right.
Second round, 46th overall pick, Tyson Campbell, CB out of Georgia. That's interesting there.
Patriots could get some pretty good players if the cards are dealt correctly.
Yep.
Here you go. The Jets. Okay. First round, second pick overall. Who do you think it is?
Zach Wilson.
Bingo. Zach Wilson, quarterback, BYU. First round, 23rd overall pick. Najee Harris, running back, Alabama.
Oh,
Get the right pieces there.
you just need to have an offensive lineman.
Yes.
Next is the Steelers. First round, 24th overall, Creed Humphreys, center from Oklahoma. There's your first center ever picked.
Okay. Yep.
Oh,
Second round, 55th overall, is Joseph Osasi, edge from Texas.
okay.
Okay.
Then you go to the Titans. First round, 22nd overall, Rashad Bateman, wide receiver, Minnesota. Second round, 53rd overall, Aleem McNeil, defensive tackle, North Carolina State. Now we get into the NFC. So the first one up is Arizona Cardinals. First round, 16th overall pick, Greg Newsome II, CB out of Northwestern.
All right.
Second round, 49th overall pick, Elijah Moore, wide receiver, Mississippi.
Okay.
Then it's the Falcons. First round, 4th pick overall. Who do you think it is?
I'm gonna take a stab at it. Jones.
No. Kyle Pitts, tight end out of Florida.
Oh God, that guy.
Second round, 35th overall, Jason Ohe, edge out of Penn State.
All right.
Okay. I can see that.
Better than the first guy. Freaking.
Carolina Panthers. First round, 8th overall pick, Rashawn Slater, offensive line, Northwestern.
Okay.
Second round, 39th overall, Pat. Oh my God. I'm going to mess up this last name.
Wait, that's the same Pat. Oh my God.
No.
Does it start with an F?
Yes.
Pat Fryermuth.
Thank you.
He
Tight end out of Penn State.
he went to my high school. He grew up 2 towns over from me.
Okay.
So that's a super fun fact. Super local fun fact for me.
Yeah. Then you go to the Bears. First
Bears.
round, 20th overall pick. Who do you think they're picking?
Oh.
Come on, Ezra.
I'm gonna go with Bateman.
Nope. Trey Lance, quarterback, North Dakota State. Second round, 52nd pick overall, Richie Grant, safety, UCF.
Oh, the second safety. All right.
Yep. Then it's the Cowgirls. First round, 10th overall, Patrick Surtain, the second, CB out of Alabama.
Well, I'm certain that he will be a pretty good player for the Cowboys.
No, Cowgirls.
Cowgirls. Second round, 54th overall, Jalen Mayfield, offensive tackle, Michigan.
All right.
Then you go to the Detroit Lions. First round, 7th overall pick, Misha Parsons, linebacker, Penn State.
All right.
I believe it's Micah Parsons.
Micah?
Yeah,
Thank
I think
you.
it's Micah.
Second round, 41st overall pick, Asante Samuel Jr., corner CB out of Florida State.
Whoa.
A
Okay.
lot of juniors and seconds in this round.
All right. Nice.
Ooh, this is
The
interesting.
tradition continues. A cornerback, and Asante Samuel had a great career with the Patriots.
Yeah, if only he had, stayed in bounds when he picked that ball off in 07. But,
Get this one, Packers. First round, 29th overall pick. Who do you think they're going with? This is an interesting one.
Mac Jones.
No,
I don't think you said his name yet.
no.
Is it a quarterback?
Nope, it's a CB.
Who may that be?
Caleb Farley. from Virginia Tech.
All right. All right.
Second round, 62nd overall pick, Brady Christensen, OT from BYU.
Okay.
But real quick, it says here, there's a good chance Farley won't be available to the Packers if they stay put at number 29.
Okay.
That's interesting with them saying that.
Yeah.
Then you go to the Rams, second round, 57th overall, Aaron Robinson, CB out of UCF.
Seems like a lot of CBs are going.
Round 3, 88th overall, Milton Williams, defensive tackle out of Louisiana Tech. Vikings. Now, this is going to be the interesting one. First round, 14th overall, Christian Darsaw, offensive tackle, Virginia Tech. Round 3, 78th overall pick, Kyle Trask, quarterback from Florida. QB going in the third round.
Wow, he's that farther in the draft. Wow.
That's actually that's not a shocker though, because go back in history, wasn't Wilson a third round pick?
Right, but John, usually you get a second rounder.
Yeah, I know, but you've seen some quarterbacks.
You've seen some quarterbacks go further in the playoffs.
I was gonna say.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Yep.
Ooh. First round, Saints. First round, 28th overall, Eric Stokes, CB out of Georgia. Round 2, 60th overall pick, Davis Mills, QB out of Stanford.
Okay.
Giants. First round, 11th overall pick, QT Pay.
What position?
Edge from Michigan.
Okay, I could see them doing that.
Okay.
I mean, the Giants, yeah, actually, I really could see them doing that.
Second round.
Hey, real quick, is that the phone for Ken Newton going to the Giants?
Very funny. But I do actually have some big news to share with you guys when we're at the final thoughts.
Yes.
Okay.
We know. Round 2, 42nd overall pick, Levi. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this guy's last name.
Spell it.
Onwuzurike. I like Kevin's.
Go ahead and give it a good old college try, Carl, because you've been trying your best all day.
Pass.
Onwuzurike, whatever. He's a defensive tackle out of Washington.
What was his first name?
Levi.
We just should call him Schwartz.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Kevin's not going to try to.
He's looking it up. He's like, wait, what?
Levi Onwuzurike?
Exactly. So then you go to the Eagles. First round, number 12 overall. J.S. Horn, CB out of South Carolina.
All right.
Second round, 37th overall pick. Terrence Marshall Jr., wide receiver, LSU.
Okay. Not bad.
49ers. First round, third pick overall. Kev, who are you saying hasn't come up yet?
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones. Oh, my God. Does this guy
Mac
put him
Jones,
at number 3?
quarterback, Alabama.
Wow.
Third pick.
Third pick? Third pick for that bag of bones? Seriously? They don't have a Mac Jones. They got Jimmy G. You pick Mac Jones. It's like, what are you doing here? You traded away like half your draft to be able to go and get a quarterback, and you don't pick like a Justin Fields or a Trey Lance or somebody better than a Mac Jones.
Actually, come to think,
You already got a Mac Jones on your team.
You mentioned Justin Fields. I have not heard his name.
Get this one. Second round, 43rd overall pick. Boogie Basham, edge from Wake Forest.
I'm still pissed that this idiot went and put Mac Jones at number 3.
Oh, good fucking Lord.
Wow.
Seattle Seahawks. Second round, 56th overall. Where the fuck do these people come up with these names? Ifatuya Malafanoya, CB out of Syracuse. I swear to God, that's the guy's name. I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm sorry for laughing. It's like the fact that we don't know how to pronounce these names, and we're trying our best.
Yeah.
To go and do it.
So then you go to round 4, 129th overall pick. Austin Watkins Jr., wide receiver, AUB. I'm sorry, UAB.
Oh God. Hey, if Bachamania needs somebody to be on the front page, I think Carl's doing a damn good job at that right now.
Wow.
He's oh no.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers, first round, 32nd overall. Gregory Rasui, edge from Miami.
So
Carl,
YouTube comment from Mike Gesundheit. And that's probably from the previous game.
Uh-huh. Second round, 64th overall. Christian Barmore, DT from Alabama. And
Okay.
Washington football team. First round, 19th overall. Jeremiah Asui Karamaya, linebacker from Notre Dame. Second round, 51st overall pick. Liam Eckenberg, offensive tackle, Notre Dame. Yeah.
So Carl, can you just tell me the picks that
Johnny.
Love you too, buddy.
Nice try. God bless you.
I do have some more sad news to report.
Oh, no. Good Lord.
Yeah. And it's being reported right now that Kentucky standout Terrence Clark has passed away in a car crash. He had signed with Clutch Sports yesterday and had declared for the NBA draft.
Oh, so this is like a 19, 20-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Ooh.
They were leaving a basketball workout, from what reports are saying.
Oh, that's rough.
That's rough.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt everything again with all the sad news here, but yeah.
Well, that's fine.
Wow.
All right.
Well, we already know that I don't want Mac Jones going number 3.
Hey, that's gonna happen now. Mac Jones will go number 3.
I'm gonna lose my shit.
Yeah, and
if
they
Mac
can't go
Jones
to the
goes
New
number
York
3.
Giants. So
no, I don't think that'll happen.
Let's face it, Kevin is onto something. Matt Jones is not the answer to the San Francisco 49ers problems because they had Garoppolo as their quarterback in the Super Bowl, and they clearly had a chance to win the damn game for 50 plus minutes, and they gave the fucking game away against the Chiefs.
Yeah. I will go and admit that they did kind of flub that up at the end.
And not only that, but that was one of the worst.
They were not going to win because of Jimmy G. They were not winning that Super Bowl because of Jimmy G. There's a reason why Jim Murray at 98.5 The Sports Hub calls him the Italian Goff, because he plays exactly like Jared Goff.
Yes.
Mediocre at best.
Deer in the headlights, because I remember that game in the Super Bowl with the Patriots and the Rams. Goff looked like a deer in the headlights, and Garoppolo looked like a deer in the headlights against the Chiefs in the biggest moments of Super Bowl 54 in the fourth quarter, missing a wide open Emmanuel Sanders.
You got to remember also, too, they got Kirk Cousins.
Who does?
What?
49ers.
No, they don't. Minnesota has Kirk Cousins. San Francisco has they had like Nick Mullins as one of their backups, and CJ Beathard. They didn't have Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins played for Washington, went to Minnesota for the guaranteed money. That's when Alex Smith went to Washington.
Yep, he's on the Vikings still.
Yep. But anybody have anything else? Anything else you want to get to?
Well, I'll add this about the Jets. The Jets, if they're going to pick a quarterback, fine, whatever. You have to have a quarterback to be on your team. But I'll say it again, just like John has said, and like we've said on this show time and time again, and again, and again, and again, till we're blue in the freaking face. If you want to have success, you got to start drafting offensive line players that can protect your quarterback.
Yeah.
And please, dear God bless America, do not draft that schmuck from Florida who doesn't have the balls to be a team player.
Yeah, we know that's what the Jets will do.
Hashtag Matt Jones is a bag of bones.
We'll be digging up them bones.
I got some late breaking news here.
Uh-oh.
The Yankees are on fire. They have a 2-game winning streak. They won tonight 6-3.
Holy cow, it's a miracle.
Oh my God, the Yankees are back. Oh my God, the Yankees World Series contenders. Where's that guy?
I just joined the water bottle throwing crew after that.
Where's that guy with the Mets jersey earlier this week? He needs to put his Yankees jersey back on and be a front runner again.
Wow, John, as soon as he said that, you put your head down.
But no,
Cubs are winning 3-2 over the Mets at the moment.
Give him the Bruins score.
5-1 Bruins over the Sabres.
Yes!
And by the way, that the Washington Islanders 0-0 going into a shootout.
What?
Oh God. I fucking can't stand the shootout. Oh, hey, the Washington Capitals beat the New York Islanders 1-0 in the shootout. Yep. I hate the shootout still.
Do you?
So you play 65 minutes of hockey, and then you end it based off of who can score more goals one-on-one. Play more hockey instead.
Celtics won.
Yep, and it's currently 3-2 Boston over Seattle in the top of the 8th. There's a man on first for Seattle with no outs. Adam Ottavino's on the mound. He's at 6 pitches. He just went out there.
Yep, but
that is still just a painful way to lose a no-hitter.
But
Washington Capitals won that over the Islanders 1-0.
Yeah, I just said that.
Oh, I didn't even.
What else is new?
That was a long ass echo.
Nice try. Anyways,
okay.
I'm good. Anybody else?
No,
real quick.
Just final thoughts.
I mean,
I was going to get to that, Johnny.
Okay.
Give your damn thing.
No, I'll go last.
The only thing I can really think of in terms of the draft next week, I mean, we all know who the top quarterback is. We all know who the second quarterback is.
Yep.
I mean, beyond that, it's basically your whole like Seattle, Cincinnati picking Sewell as their offensive lineman. I've seen that in mock drafts for a few months at this point, so that almost seems like it's a lock, and that's perfect. As a small side note with Cincinnati, they earlier this week debuted new jerseys.
Yes, I saw
and
that.
I gotta say, those things are a thing of beauty. Oh, those things are so beautiful looking. In fact, somebody else talk for a minute while I go and look them up, and I'll go.
Oh, and also another news tidbit.
So the New York Icelanders won a game at the Nassau Mausoleum.
Well, thank you, Joe, for the breaking news. And also news in the NFL that
I think I was going to wait until the end of the show to get on. Come on, I've been on hold this whole show.
Oh, he's still on hold for Busted Open to call in.
Sorry, Dave.
All right.
Yeah, but by the way, the number of the day is 6.
Anyways, in other news, the Browns with Jadeveon Clowney going to the Browns. big move for Cleveland.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
A nice move for Cleveland.
So, Steven, let's go to you for your final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Great show. Great interacting with you guys. Kevin's reaction to the Boston game was priceless. We're not going to ship him up to Boston. He's doing all right. He's good. Everybody, great show. Have fun. And next week is a big day for us when it comes to what we got going on next Thursday.
Exactly. Ezra, we go to you, buddy.
Well, it's going to be it was a great show, guys. I mean, hell of a discussion about the draft and everything else. And I mean, overall, just another epic show in the books. Can't wait till the NFL draft. Watch along next week. Bring your caffeine, boys. Bring your drinks. This is going to be a long, long night.
Kev, we'll go back to you for your final thoughts.
Okay, so my final thought. Saw a commercial last week while I was watching the boob tube about a new Pepsi flavor called Pepsi Mango. So, like any good United States consumer, I went, well, if I could find a 20-ounce bottle of it, I'll go and buy it to try it, because I am okay with spending $1.50 on one bottle if I only get 1 or 2 sips and it tastes like ass, versus buying a 6 or a 12 pack. And now it's like, well, what the hell do I go and do with 11 other cans of this crap? If you couldn't tell by the fact that I'm calling it a bottle of ass and cans of crap, it tastes like shit. Oh my God. I took 1 sip of that thing and I'm like, all right, I like mango, I like Pepsi, but these two should not match together. No way. It honestly,
as soon as you cracked it open, you could smell the mango.
You could smell the mango, which was great to go and smell, but the taste of it was like, it was like, oh, it was gross. It was one of the most vile, disgusting things I've ever had to go and taste. And I had to go watch 2 Giants teams win a Super Bowl. You know, and that's kind of a very untasteful event itself. You know,
real quick, Kev, I'm going to stop you for 1 second.
Well,
we have
just getting in.
Hold your horses.
No,
I want to bring in somebody big time for us.
Okay.
Is he back?
What's up?
What's up, my brother?
He's back again.
Hey, just wanted to run a quick note by y'all, man. You know, we lost another legend today. I don't know if you guys seen it, but Shock G from Digital Underground, 57, passed away not too long ago.
Yeah, unfortunately, Johnny just let us know about that.
Okay. I just wanted to let y'all know, man, that's, you know, another legend like DMX. His music is big around the sports arenas.
Yep.
I just wanted to chime in real quick with y'all on that, because that was a big part of my history out here in the Bay Area. You know, they brought in Tupac. They brought in the homie Tupac. So I just wanted to bring in with y'all and ring that in, man. I'll let y'all get back to doing what y'all doing.
Hey, real quick, Hijacker, before you leave, give us your final thoughts, dude. We've never, ever asked you for your final thought. Give us your final thought.
What you want my final thought on there, brother? What y'all was talking about for the final thought?
It's whatever you want to say.
Yeah, we've been talking about the NFL draft. We've been talking about a little bit of everything, man. Just the overall show. I know you weren't on with us, but go ahead and full time, but give us your final thoughts and just everything going up to next week when we do our big NFL draft watch along here on our Nation Sports Show.
Well, my final thought, I haven't really caught up much with the football the last couple of weeks. I know that's one of the biggest days on football. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens with those first couple of picks, because I know I don't know how deep the draft is this year. I didn't get a chance to watch much college football last year because of COVID. You know, a lot of the games were kind of out of whack, you know, no fans. Some places had a few fans, you know, but with it coming up, I know it's a big day. Where are they holding it at this year?
Cleveland.
Cleveland. Okay, and there's going to be no fans there, I would assume, right? Or is it limited?
They were allowing fans.
Oh, they're allowing
Probably
fans?
a limited number.
It's a limited number of fans, representatives of the teams, and the draft picks, draftees.
Okay. Well, here for a quick final thought, I want you guys to take a quick look. So you guys may not know. You want to see my license plate on my car?
Sure. WW.
Nice.
Now that's a license plate.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And it looks like
how's that as a final time?
Ooh.
It's perfect, brother.
Man, sports. Hey, we have sports. That's all I can ask for.
Exactly.
Absolutely, hijack.
You know, I'll say that as my final thoughts. Overall, all sports, being able to go back, I'm able to go to 70 plus games like I'm used to, but being able to go to 25 games this year, regardless of high priced food and parking and tickets are a little higher, it's just great to be back in the seats of the stadiums.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Definitely.
So as that, I'll leave it at that. But thank you guys for letting me jump back on with y'all. But y'all have a good one.
Anytime, my
final
brother.
thoughts.
I think hijacker
As he froze.
Yeah.
I'm frozen now. He's muted.
There it is. Okay, there it is. Nah, my Wi-Fi must be connected since I got back to the house. My Wi-Fi must be connected and bumped me off or something.
You froze up and then it's cuts in and out, but you're good now, brother.
Okay, well, like I say, my final thoughts. I'm just glad sports is back. I'll leave it at that before I get kicked off again.
You're good. You're
All
good.
right,
You're
Jack,
good, brother.
Thanks again,
All
man.
right, y'all. Have a
All
good
right.
night, y'all.
Have a
Catch
good
you
one.
later.
All right.
All right, Kevin, did you say your final thoughts?
Kevin, you may now continue.
Oh, Pepsi Mango sucks. That's it. It's gross.
And of course, Carl.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I'm going to go to Johnny first before mine.
My final thought is this. I was not the main host tonight. It was Carl, but I've been able to look at the numbers. And I can assure you right now, tonight's show had the most viewers out of any show we've done since day one.
That's great.
I won't get the official numbers until we're done with the show, but I will put it to you this way. I've seen numbers tonight on one specific area that I've never seen before. And then as far as the show tonight was great. There was nothing wrong with it at all. Everything flowed well, leading into a massive show next week. My only hint is stay tuned to our social media, as we may or may not tell who we're going to have join us. So you may want to, you're definitely not going to want to miss next week's show, because you never know who's going to walk through those doors.
Exactly.
All right, Carl, close it out, buddy.
So my final thought is, as we know, unfortunately, we lost a lot of legends in the past, I'm going to say month and a half. Just the month and a half, we've lost a lot of legends. But also, too, a lot of people are out there, and this is going to be a PSA. A lot of people out there with this COVID have become really depressed, and they need help. Please, if you know somebody that's on the edge, talk to them. Try and get them help. If you can't, call somebody that can. You don't want them to end their situation the wrong way. Please, again, help them. If you are not able to do it, please, I beg you, get somebody that can before it's too late. On that note, thank you guys. God bless everybody here.
One more thing. Sorry. I also want to send a condolence to all the victims of the supermarket shooting that happened A couple days ago, as many people know, I work at a Stop and Shop. It wasn't the Stop and Shop that the incident happened at, but I do want to send my wishes and condolences to everybody affected by that shooting yesterday. It was a pretty scary day yesterday. I'll just put it to that much. But
on that note, again, God bless everybody. God bless our first responders and our military. And good night. Johnny, take us out.
Yep, give me 1 second. Hold on. Damn, computer's not working. All right.
Good there, bud?
Yeah, we're good. Hold on 1 second.
Have a good night, guys.